Hello, and welcome to the World at War. It's our Tuesday night Scion 2nd Edition Chronicle here on Dire Bear. Also brought to you with the Nerd Journal Network. And last week, we wrapped up in All Good. Anybody want to give the review, or should I?
Wild Hunt, you know.
Yes, basically. I had a villain. He didn't get a chance to monologue. But he did manage to stab Sasha in the back rather viciously, so
Yep.
I'll just have to be content with that. Basically, they tracked the hunter back to his lair. There were wards, some sort of wards put up, skulls mounted on fence posts, that sort of thing. Sasha spoke to some of the victims, some of the deceased victims, and you managed to. One fella, you're pretty sure you released him, into the afterlife. The other guy's spirit just sort of walked off. Talked about wanting to go home.
He's either home or he's haunting his home. So
One or the other.
one or the other.
You're only
Some
a hero.
kind of
There's
beast.
only so much you can do.
I'm a hero, not an exorcist.
But big throwdown with some tainted coyotes. The tiger-sized mountain lion was there, and the hunter. And I believe y'all had encountered. You managed to save the old lady that you'd met the day before.
Mm-hmm.
You pretty much sent her husband to intensive care, though he was going to recover, I think.
Yeah.
But you wrapped up there. Samuel had dropped off. He had notified people, as he was dropping survivors off throughout the last couple of sessions. So it isn't too long before the authorities are involved, and by that point, though, y'all are already back in Olympus.
Yeah.
All right, when you arrived back, Sasha's grandparents were not the happiest in the world. She came back clearly injured and had her grandmother kind of giving all of you the stink eye.
It's kind of default.
And you kind of had to stand around awkwardly while they had a little family fight in front of you.
Also kind of default.
Now, as for the rest of you, well, actually, how many of y'all have family in town? Delirious has his mother, or I can't remember if she lives in town or if she lives somewhere in state at least. I know Connor has got his quote unquote grandfather. I'm sorry, Sarah. What?
I think she at least lives in state.
But so anyway, y'all settle back in, get a good night's sleep. Connor kind of overexerted himself and was looking for ways to get in good with his father. So how would Connor look into doing that?
Well, we kind of went over it a bit yesterday. He had a lot of not yesterday. Well, maybe kind of
Last
you
section.
talked about. I just mean in game. How's Connor gonna go about it?
Well, first thing he's gonna do is he's gonna do what I mentioned last week, which was he's gonna go out, fight some gangs again, and basically spray paint the symbol that Wukong gave him onto the sort of battle site with the gang members trussed up.
That's right. A monkey did appear to you with spray paint cans and a stencil.
Yeah, it was left there when he woke up. But yeah.
Oh well, whatever. I'm sure it was a monkey that delivered it.
Yeah, probably. Also during the downtime, while he was talking with Sasha, he felt called to go somewhere. So there he went. And he then encountered the massive 100-year-old tree
Mm-hmm.
with the Kadama that called him there. Basically, in exchange for him protecting the tree, he would get access to the Kadama's vast wealth of knowledge and the powers that are under its purview.
Well, I've got the map turned on. I was going to show people where it was, but
Yeah.
I can't get it to adjust properly. Yeah, well, let me click over to one of the smaller maps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's still not appearing on camera. Dad, damn it! I have to resize all these maps. There we go.
Could you zoom out of the actual map?
Well, I suppose if I wanted to do it the easy way. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
gosh.
It's fine.
I've only been streaming like this a couple of years. It's not like I should know what I'm doing yet.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, basically he can share in the Kadama's knowledge. It enhanced his mind, gave him nigh perfect memory, and he now has access to the purview of the wilds. But he also has been given access to the calling of the judge.
Now, what is that exactly?
Basically, truth seeker. There's some of the knacks in there. Basically, like if I say like if you're below tier to Connor, you have to buy off a 2 complication to even to attempt to lie to him. And if you're like involved in whatever he happens to be investigating, you just outright can't lie at all. Kind of a thing.
Okay.
His dogs go ballistic. Um, one thing like we didn't go over it last week. Something I'd like to do at the start of the session is he would then take another offering to his father, and he mentioned that he found a kami, one of the Japanese deities, that has asked him to protect its tree.
Were they Japanese or Chinese?
Japanese.
Okay.
It specifically says it's a kami,
Gotcha.
which is part of the Japanese pantheon.
Isn't he Chinese pantheon though?
Yeah, Connor is
Okay.
Chinese. Yeah. The guides aren't like locked to a specific pantheon.
Yeah.
It mentions like they just have to like adapt to whatever scion they're guiding. Maybe. But he'll sort of leave a message there for Wukong. Say his grandfather mentioned that there's not a lot of symbols of the Shin or pretty much any other pantheon in the city. Should he try to like put up some kind of a shrine there for the kami and try to bring a little bit more Eastern influence into the city?
He doesn't speak to you directly,
Mhm.
but the next time you go by the shrine, there's a fresh peach sitting there.
Answer is yes.
That would seem to be a positive reaction.
Yeah, because peaches. In that case, Connor would then, first he'd send a text to Sasha and is like, "Well, I'm about to do a thing."
Immediate dread and or concern.
And then he will call Robert and ring him up.
Robert, your phone rings.
Hello, Robert Construction. How can I help you?
Hey, this is a certain monkey man needing some construction business done.
Oh, hi, buddy. All right. So how can I help you today?
Well, it'd be best if I showed you. Would you mind meeting me at this the park just to the west of the city center?
Yeah, yeah,
The really big forested park area that's the city kind of grew around.
yeah, I know where that park is. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there in 10.
All right, I'll see you there.
Hops in the good old work truck and makes his way over.
I'll say, does Sasha respond to the text?
Just the gif of just multiple various characters doing the concerned face.
His response would be, "I'm doing something my grandfather kind of mentioned offhand that may or may not go over well."
I think we're in good enough with the authorities. We could probably get you out on bail.
I appreciate it. And then just a whole bunch of hearts followed by "love you."
Thumbs up.
And then he'll head to the park.
Okay. So y'all meet up at the entrance of the park. I think you had decided to put it close to the walking trail.
Yeah. I'm just a little ways off from the walking trail, really. Kind of inside of it. But it's just a big fucking tree.
Well, I'm thinking where the walking trail's got that little loop, and then you got that long bit that kind of juts out into the park. I figure the tree is
Yeah.
somewhere towards the end of that park.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And then he'll sort of pat Robert on the back and is like, "Come on, we got a little bit of a walk."
All right. Nothing like a good hike can't hurt. So, what you need me to do for you today, bud?
Well, so my grandfather kind of mentioned it offhand a few nights ago that there aren't a lot of symbols of the other pantheons here. Like, you notice the city's pretty much dominated by the Greco-Roman pantheon.
True, true. I hardly see any of the pantheon that my father resides from. So
God damn it, Jason.
What?
I know that reaction. I've seen it for 3 years.
now.
Anyway. Well, I was doing some work for my dad,
Hmm.
and I felt called to this park area. I first was like, okay, what's going on? And they're walking and talking as they go along until they get to the tree, this gigantic oak tree. I found him, and he points to the tree.
Impressive, judging by the species. Looks like oak. Looks like it's been here probably since the city first sprouted. I'd have to guess by how thick it is and by
Well,
its
Longer than
height.
that.
for those of you that have lived in the city, this tree is not like a secret. They know it's a big tree here.
Yeah.
Yeah. This thing survived that battle that destroyed the city 30 years ago.
Well,
Impressive.
it destroyed a lot of smaller surrounding communities. The city was built
Yeah,
in response.
gotcha. But and he'll point up to the branches where there's that little like rattling noise of wood on wood. If anyone's ever seen Princess Mononoke, the little Kadama
Mhm.
spirits,
Yep.
and then there's one of those sitting there just.
He'll look up. Oh, well, aren't you just an interesting little soul?
That is, as far as I understand, one of the kami from the Japanese pantheon.
Yes, yes, it's essentially symbolizes a little forest spirit. Generally, these great trees, if memory serves, can house hundreds of these little guys,
Yeah,
if not more.
there's probably more in there somewhere. Um,
I'm guessing he's the friendlier one, actually showing his face.
he's the one that decided to bond to me.
All right.
Um, he granted me a portion of his power
That's nice.
and asked me to protect the tree. I'm kind of its guardian now.
Well, I wouldn't think of a better soul to keep an eye on it.
Which brings me to why I asked for your help.
Hey,
I want to build a shrine here.
okay. That shouldn't be too difficult to handle.
Something to symbolize the East some more. A place for those who wish to pay homage to the Shin or the Kami can come and do so.
We are being hosted by Chibi Girl 24.
Woo! Thank you.
Hello,
Hi-oh.
and thanks
Appreciate
for
it.
coming by.
Appreciate you.
That does remind me I need to pull up the chat on my app. I forgot to do that.
That's one thing I like about having switched over to Streamlabs OBS, though, is the chat's always just right there.
Yeah, I
It's not something I had to pull up separate.
got phone.
I hate a lot of other things about it, but at least that I like.
Fair enough, boss. Right.
But
Robert would kind of take a second, just kind of scratch the beard that he's been slowly growing. He's like, okay, so I'll ask this question.
mm-hmm.
Would you prefer it in a more traditional sense, as in a wooden structure, or are you okay with dirt and stone?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I mean,
Are we looking for
definitely more traditional style,
Okay.
but
I've got.
something sturdy. Because I get the feeling that me trying to bring more Eastern influence into the city, which apparently my father is very much okay with, if the peaches he left me were any indication, um, it might tick off the Greco-Roman pantheon, considering their
Well,
kind of stranglehold on the city.
well, again, yeah, judging by names and a few other things, I would imagine it's very heavy in the Greek and Roman. But again, it doesn't hurt to have a few other pantheons, since there are more than just one. I'm perfectly fine with it. I think I've got a few books back home I can look at for more traditional style. I'm trying to think. You're right. Okay, so it'd be more of a classic Shinto shrine, maybe something of that nature.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I can come up with something. That shouldn't be too hard.
Okay, I appreciate that. I'm You're the only one that I know that can build something in a day. So,
I do take pride in my work, of course.
well, yeah, considering your father.
hmm It may not be metal work, but a craftsman takes pride in anything he does.
Hope so.
Yeah, just give me a little bit of time, and I'll come back and get that built for you, no problem. Though,
Hmm.
since you mentioned that, may I ask only one small favor?
What's that?
Since you're wanting to bring Eastern some more Eastern pantheon in. I want to do a little of my own. Nothing major.
Mhm.
All I ask is just in one small spot of the shrine I built, I'm allowed to put a little bit of a runic symbol, something that symbolizes, craftsmen or dwarves, if you're okay with that.
Like a maker's mark.
Exactly, a little maker's mark. Just nothing big, nothing fancy, just a nice little piece to let you know it was made by me.
I don't think that should be a problem.
Fair deal. All right. I'll go home and grab my book so I can make sure I build it accurately. And he'll start walking on back.
I'm just
And
picturing all the horrible things you could use as your maker's mark.
it's Josh. Who the hell only knows?
Who put a dick butt on the shrine?
Runic dick butt.
A runic dick butt.
You can tell because he's got a beard. The
Oh
Viking helmet.
no.
If I wanted to be a trollsy person, sure we could go with that, but no, he would probably do something more traditional looking than that.
Hmm.
But yeah, he'd get back to the truck and he'd drive on back to his place. Maybe check his bookshelf, look for
Hmm.
what few books he has on the any type of Japanese shrines, and bring it
Yeah.
with him.
And before Connor leaves, he will sort of present some fruits and stuff, like sort of bounty of the forest kind of a thing,
Hmm.
to the Kadama as an offering. And he will ask, could you give me insight as to there's a lot of people say that the Theoi saved the city or saved us from the monster. Could you show me who did that?
Hmm.
And I have to make a knack skill roll now,
Okay.
or guide stunt, basically.
And what is the role for that?
It just says one success. Story guide provides you with one insight or historical fact about the current situation that you didn't already know, even if you have no way of gleaning it yourself.
Okay.
It says the asset skills are academics and survival. But
I would go with academics for this one because you're basically asking about history.
okay. So academics and hmm. What attribute would I use for this?
Oh, let's see. It's a knack roll.
Yeah. Part of me wants to say manipulation because
It would it would be
he's
something
trying
social, yeah.
because he's trying to get information that could potentially damage the basically his blackmail.
Yeah, let's go with that then.
Okay. Dice don't fail me now, though you probably will. They said no you.
All right, 3 successes.
Yeah, so I only need one for the stunt to succeed. So I'm not
Okay,
sure
so
if you want
additional
to.
successes don't do anything for you. You just get the one fact.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess unless you as the story guy want to like give additional
Uh,
information around that one fact, but
All right, and what was your question?
he wants to know who it was that saved the city, if it was the Theoi, if it was anyone else, because he's starting to find it a little bit that this place is just all Theo, all like Theoi, all Greco-Roman, just like everything everything about them. There's
Well,
like
it's not
no
that you
other.
don't have other stuff. But like the city buildings tend to look like that. I mean, you've got Christian churches, you've got
Yeah.
mosques or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, like when it comes to like the pantheons of
But
the
kind
gods.
of the aesthetic of the city is very.
Yeah.
Which, granted, a lot of capitals in the U.S. are like that. But
Yeah, that's true. But I remember like he came into being like at the end of that battle, like Connor did, and
we came into being basically after the city, kind of as the city was being completed. Because you were dropped off in the city, I thought.
No, he was made in the ruins.
Oh, okay. So you were in the ruins of all the little communities. Gotcha.
Yeah, he was made in the ruins. Because he is 30 years old exactly, which is when the battle went down. So.
All right. So you're asking who actually saved the city? Yeah. It munches on the fruit. It tells you the city was saved by the Band of Texas.
Band of Texas. Okay.
You guys were the band of whatever it is. What was it y'all named yourselves? Eternal something?
Ignis Aeternum.
That's it. Well, these guys didn't bother to use, Latin or anything.
Yeah. Band of Texas. Okay. He'll thank him and say, I guess you'll be getting a shrine near your tree soon. I'll work on putting like the ropes and everything up later today.
That'll be fine. Yeah, we're delighted to be getting the attention.
We? He looks up to see if there's any more of them.
I'm not alone in the tree. I'm just the one talking to you.
Fair. All right, I will be back to put up the ropes.
He heads back up the tree. I don't know if he'd float or skitter or how he'd move around.
Immediately, Connor, phone goes back to Sasha's contact. I need some help.
Meanwhile, Sasha's in the middle of
What did
helping
you
helping her grandparents load up their vehicle. She's finally got them moving out.
Hey.
Hey. She's like, what did you do?
Victories.
Small victories.
Yeah.
She can eat ice cream in her pajamas.
Sometimes the small victories are the only victories.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all you need.
You're just like, if she hears her phone ding, just pop it out quick. What did you do?
Technically nothing.
This is not as reassuring as you think it might be.
I'll drop by in a bit. I just gotta tell you in person.
Okay.
Okay, back to Sasha doing things.
All right. So yes, you have finally convinced the grandparents it's safe to move back. It's been a week or so, and there's been nothing else about the Alpha Dogs. The news has talked about how they just disappeared overnight.
The weirdest thing.
Y'all's names get thrown around some, but really just kind of in question. Could they have been involved? But James Dorrance has not been spotted either. And his body was not one of the ones recovered from the, when so many people popped.
Eh,
And that
Like
was weird
balloons.
enough. They immediately a lot of people immediately started thinking something supernatural must have happened.
They're not wrong.
Yeah,
They're not wrong. They're not wrong.
they're not.
Yeah, she will definitely assist moving her grandparents. Like, I'll still come by the shop. You know this.
Actually, is working at the shop Sasha's only job?
At the moment, yes.
Uh, and once you get them back to their house, there's some relief to be home. Your grandmother, especially though, you can tell, is worried about you living off by yourself when you're getting into all these shenanigans.
Like, I've survived this long. I'll be fine.
Your grandfather's like, "You're not that old. Surviving this long isn't all that impressive."
Considering everything I've had to do, maybe?
He just pats you on the head.
I'll try to not go fighting forest gods.
Do we have those around here?
I don't. The ones that we went to go fight it all good.
Oh, okay. The way y'all talked about that, I thought that was just like some evil elf or something.
I mean, it could be a forest god or an elf. We didn't really get to question him.
And as long as he's dead, I don't care.
Oh, he's dead. He's very dead.
Just make sure anybody else that stabs you winds up dead too.
I'm sure that will happen directly.
So you get them settled in. You know, they talk to you about, you know, when your next shift is. Yada yada yada. Jaden, you've got one of your classes to teach today. You show up at the little office area, or a little storefront that y'all use. You know, all the busted glass has been replaced. Or actually, did they damage your glass? I can't remember.
Yeah, they threw bricks through it.
That's right. So all that's been patched up. Now some of the folks that were taking the classes that were there, you know, when you got in a fight, you know, a couple of them didn't come back after that. But you picked up some new ones. Like the really skittish lady has not been back. Her girlfriend is still coming. You know, I keep telling you, I'm trying to talk her into coming back. You know, she was pretty upset after, you know, after them gang guys came in. Then y'all were on the news so much that, you know, now she's worried that you may be attracting that kind of thing.
Tell I'm sorry she had to experience that. She'll come back.
She's like, well, I hope so. She was, you know, we were starting to get her, you know, more used to the outdoors. And then, you know, the woman you talk to, you just see her kind of look over your shoulder and go, whoa. And then you hear the little ting ting as the door opens.
She'll look at the door.
A woman's walking in, a redheaded woman. What is it with tall redheads in this game?
So is it the lady from the Rubicon?
I'm not doing it on purpose, I promise.
Are you sure?
I promise. It's not even particularly a thing with me. I don't know.
Apparently it is
in this
now.
game, apparently.
But she's probably 6'3". And where the lady at the Rubicon looked like she was in good shape, it was just sort of a general athleticism. This woman looks more like she probably lifts. There's just a whole lot of muscle definition. The woman you're talking to seems quite taken with her.
Welcome. How can I help you?
She speaks with a deep southern accent. I'm Dixie Hartzell. I've signed up for your class.
Okay.
And she seems to, it's like she's kind of studying you as she talks to you.
First time.
Yes,
Or
I haven't
have-
been here before. I'm just recently moved to town.
I mean, like, this will be your first time actually going out to the woods, or have you already done so before?
I have walked a couple of nature trails.
Okay.
But just the well laid out kind of stuff. I haven't like gone cross country in any of this stuff or camped out a whole lot.
Okay.
She rattles this off, but she doesn't seem overly interested in what she's telling you. I mean, she's writing all the answers. She's studying you. She's kind of looking around. She's looking at the other class members. She's a little tense, maybe a little standoffish. I don't know. You get a weird vibe from her.
Okay.
All right. So, were you taking? And I'll leave this up to you. Were you taking the class? Actually out today, or is
Yeah.
this going to be just a in? Okay. And as y'all load up into the van and drive off, some of the students are asking you about what happened in Allsgood. Because this is a day or two later, so you're the paper has had something about it because there was a fair number of deaths. And they talk, all the survivors have talked about your group saving them.
I mean, we just kind of went there after being told what was going on and just kind of stopped the person from continuing to do it.
Dixie asked you, was it a person? Or was it some kind of creature?
Did they get a really good look at it? Man, Connor did sure.
The body, but Connor drove its head into the ground. The way he drove its head in the ground kind of splattered the head a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could pick out an ear. Okay, that's definitely not a completely human ear.
It's like, I think Connor might be the only one who got like a real good look because he was up there in its face as he was splattering it.
But like the
Right.
antlers were part of it and not something it was wearing.
Yeah. It was a creature, definitely. But a bit more humanoid in the way it moved.
This, she seems to be interested in. And it was using. They said it was using lions, mountain lions.
Yeah.
She sort of nods. You hear her mumble the word Alfar as she leans back in her seat.
What was that, honey?
Hmm?
Oh, I thought you said something.
She's like, oh, I said Alfar. It's a old name for elf.
Hmm.
It sounds like the sort of thing that might do this. She's like, northern mythologies are a interest of mine.
Okay. And what do these elves look like?
She tells you it varies a lot from myth to myth. Definitely not what Tolkien described.
Any of them have antlers?
She asks you if you're familiar with. First, she nods yes. Oh yeah. Usually kings or rulers. She asks you, are you familiar with the stories of the Wild Hunt?
Yeah. Jaden probably would be familiar with that.
Yeah,
but
they had
never
huntsmen's in that
off
sometimes.
they went through, yeah.
She's like, now she's like, one thing a lot of folks, a lot of pop culture gets right is that the Alfar tended to have, kind of the pointed ears. Though the Dark Alfar were very hard for mortals to see. She's not sure how well or how poorly someone like yourself would be able to see them. And around here, somebody else on the trip gets you distracted asking questions about what you're going to be doing today. And the hike is relatively uneventful. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets in a poison oak. Dixie seems to move around in the woods pretty good. But she's pretty athletic, so having to climb around and over stuff doesn't seem to bother her much. You do know she's got a pretty quiet step for somebody her size, though. Now we'll cut back to Robert.
Yes, sir.
You head back to the park with whatever reference materials you were able to put together.
Oh yeah, he gets about 2 or 3 books. He drives on back, and he gets out to the site. He actually I guess to get in the spirit things, he kind of gets at the tree, just kind of sits down. He just kind of flips a few pages. Like, okay, little simplistic design, nothing too much to it. He hops on his phone and gives Connor a call real quick. Mike, my friend.
Oh yeah, if you were trying to talk, you're muted.
Hello.
Hey, Connor, it's Robert. How you doing?
Doing good. Just on my way to Sasha's.
Alrighty. I'm back here at the site, and I was
Mhm.
going to ask you, you want anything like grand and extravagant, or are you wanting something right now just a little bit more simplistic?
Somewhere in between?
Somewhere in between. Alright. I just want to kind of make sure.
Yeah, like a shrine for worship, and I think maybe like a small house off to the side. I'm probably gonna end up moving over there to keep an eye on the tree.
Alrighty. Sure, I think I can make that happen. So, Robert kind of he hangs up, kind of quickly thumbs through a few more things. Like, okay, let's see, moderate design looking. All right, that looks like a good double shrine and house. All right, that'll work. He kind of looks up to the tree, see if he can see the little Kadama, see if it's sitting anywhere. And
It's kind of peeking out of some branches at you, like it's almost like it's a little more bashful around you without Connor here.
he understands. He kind of smiles and he thinks for a second. He kind of like does a traditional little bow to it, and then he just kind of takes a deep breath and just like slides his hand over the earth, and he will then invoke his ability. Of course, I'll pull it up to again do the proper thing, but he'll invoke the good old raise the pillars of the earth, and let's see, I need to make a roll. Says knack skill calling, so I forgot what we said last time that would have been.
The skill for, let's see, where are you, Robert Jones? Did we say technology?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, we said technology. I just forget what was the.
It would either have been technology or academics for kind of construction, architectural kind of stuff.
Yeah. So technology, and this is what, a mental skill, so probably what, resolve or intellect? You think?
Truthfully, I could say either one because you're kind of forcing your will on stuff. But let's go with intellect. It's more you got to keep the design in mind.
Okay. So intellect, technology, and roll.
Oh, very nice.
Oh yeah. I mean, he only needed one for it to actually work, but that.
This is the best fucking house and shrine you've ever made.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
So it could look like whatever you want. What I'm picturing is, the typical little, shrine, and then like a cobblestone walk out to kind of the house, slightly to one side and behind the tree.
Actually, yeah, that was what I was going for as well. Like a nice, simple little shrine with like of course, like the little gateway, maybe a couple of I want to say they're called kabotas, little like stone towers for little lights, put candles in. And yeah, this little cobblestone path, nice little Eastern style looking house on the side.
Now, are you restricted to just using stone to make this stuff? Or do you just have to have access to stone or and earth to kind of get it going?
The way it's just worded, as with any success, you create a small building, structure, or monument in a matter of minutes, which grows from nothing but rocks and dirt. So it just says rocks and dirt, but I mean, again, we could say that I also shifted some of the trees to take shape, like that. Of course,
That-
was the
To
main
me, that
tree.
sounds like it just has to erupt out of the stone and earth.
Yeah, it just has to
So you
essentially
can do it with just dirt, because you can't really do doors out of stone or windows out of stone.
yeah. Yeah,
So
he
yeah.
just kind of takes his time and concentrates, keeps the image in his mind, and just slowly lets it, like, just kind of keeps his hand over the ground and just kind of mulls them around in little circles and just let it slowly kind of build up until everything is said and done.
But yes, in a very few minutes, everything is. I mean, it just comes out exactly what you were picturing.
He just kind of sits back and, whew, all right, good. Well, that turned out a lot better than I thought, just from reference material. Fantastic. And as Connor allowed him to, from the shrine at the very bottom, I'd say left hand of maybe like a little door just kind of open and close for offerings. You'll see a little dwarven symbol, and I kind of linked it in the chat earlier. Just a little something like that, just as like a kind of little face of a dwarf with a long beard.
And kind of
And
an
he just
elongated diamond or elongated gem shape.
and he just kind of smiles like, all right, that'll work.
When you glance up, you see a dozen, 2 dozen of these little creatures up in the branches, and they're all basically just doing the wow emoji face. And then they all give you a little proper bow, and most of them kind of fade back in. Then the one Connor was talking to is still visible to you.
Again, he continues to smile and he gives them a proper bow back, and he's like, I need to commemorate this. And I know this is nothing practical, but he runs back out to his truck and rummages like, oh, sweet. Okay, I did remember my lunchbox. Plucks up apple. Perfect. Runs back out there, just at the shrine. He just kind of places the apple and just kind of walks on back. Kind of
As
looks
you
at
run back
everything.
to your truck, when you turn around and run back to your truck, you see a couple of joggers over there with their phones out. You don't know when they got there. You don't know when they started recording, but
he's just like, well, it's just a couple people. It'll be fine. But he just continues on. Goes, gets a little apple, comes back to shrine, places it there, gets his phone out, gives Connor another ring.
Connor almost Sasha's place. Yes? Because he's taking his time walking.
He's like, all right, you're good to go. Shrine and house is up and running.
Thank you.
Oh, not a problem. But I say, just so you know, I'm pretty positive I spotted about a dozen more, if not 2 dozen more than just your one friend.
And it's a very strong tree.
Oh, that I have no doubt. But if you need help with anything else, building-wise, just let me know. I can see about getting more materials for you.
Sarah.
They're legion.
They are legion.
And it's sad. I remember that scene at Mononoke too.
Mm-hmm.
I have to watch that movie someday.
So good.
It is.
That
I'm
Logan
just
Castle one.
I'm just imagining somebody coming up and insulting the Eastern Pantheons. Just like a horde of them in the tree, just all rattling ominously.
One of them just pulls a knife.
It's like the world's biggest rattlesnake rattle.
But he'll just be like, all right, well, just letting you know. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
Whatever.
Okay. And he just kind of gets off the phone and heads on back.
At that point, Connor probably at Sasha's place.
Cautiously sticking his head in. Are
Mm.
their grandparents gone?
No, he's just like,
Yee.
it me.
Door is unlocked.
Okie dokie.
The
And
giant croc dog.
he come in, pat Croc Dog on the head. Oh, Sasha, by the way, he'll pull out of his backpack a sort of framed version of the stencil.
Oh Lord.
There
Okay.
you go.
I puts it on the wall. Like you can see she's like slowly decorating apartment because it's like empty as heck.
She just goes and hangs it on one of the empty nails the previous tenant had left.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. She has like picture and like 45 plants.
Also, that plant you gave me is growing really well. It's like up an entire trellis.
I have concerns, multiple concerns. But considering the weirdness that is our lives right now, I'm not going to worry about that.
I found that I kind of have some small esoteric control over plants now. I can't like make forests attack people, but I can kind of help things grow.
I just picture Connor proudly showing his green thumb.
Yeah,
He just painted it green.
he actually has
It's
green thumb.
tempera.
See, green thumb. Give me a plant, I'll make it grow.
No, stay away from my plants.
Okay, fine. Rub. So that
What
call.
trouble did you get into?
I didn't get into any trouble yet. Uh, okay. So I found a Japanese kami.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've been over this. Asked me to guard the tree and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I am kind of taking Granddad's words to heart a little bit. I asked Robert, and he already did it. To build a shrine in front of its tree, sort of as a place that those who wish to pray to the Eastern pantheons can worship or present offerings.
Okay.
He made a house over there for me. I'm going to be moving over there to sort of guard the tree, keep an eye on it in the shrine.
On public park land.
Yeah, we have to have a talk with them about that.
Hmm.
But, yeah. I'm kind of seeing if I can bring a little bit more influence of other pantheons into the city.
You're painting another target on your back, is what you are saying?
Sorta? I don't know.
Gods are fickle. Just be aware of that. This
Yes.
could bite you in the ass.
It's not like I'm going to be going around going, tear down the Parthenon.
Still.
It's a shrine in a forest.
Mm,
I just want to give some place for those who wish to present
No,
offerings to the gods of the
get it.
East.
I get it. It's like like many things you do. Trouble could follow it.
Is this because I'm a child of Wukong or just in general?
Just in general,
Okay.
you have a tendency to jump off of a building doing like a backflip and a cannonball before checking for a net.
You know, I don't want to say you're right.
But I am. You don't have to say it. I know I'm right.
Yeah, shush. But yeah, that's kind of the whole thing I was doing today.
Much more eventful than my day. I just kicked my grandparents out, so you made a house and had a house and a shrine made. So
I mean,
yeah,
considering your grandmother, that could be just as eventful.
as much as a war as probably battling titans will be.
Hey Connor, how are we gonna fight the Titans? I don't know, Wukong. I'm just gonna throw Sasha's grandmother at them. Watch them run in terror.
Honestly, that might work.
Oh,
Mm.
back to the other thing though. That I needed your help with. Have you ever heard of something called the Band of Texas?
Storyteller, has she ever heard of the Band of Texas?
What's a storyteller?
Story guide.
Thank you. Give me an occult roll.
Story dude.
That's also
Intellect occult.
yes.
I've bumped that point up, so I should have more
Hey.
dice. The dice will still screw me, but they'll have more dice to screw me with. Three.
No momentum.
You don't have a ton of information on them, because it's not like most bands you have websites detailing themselves. But the band
Mostly
in
dead.
Texas, pardon.
They're mostly dead. No.
Well, they were a band active primarily in Texas. Presumably they were all natives. They were all from Texas, so not the most original of names. Active back in the 80s. Really hadn't been heard of since the 80s.
She will relay
Let's see.
that.
You got 3 successes. It pings you. You realize that about the time people stopped seeing them was also about the time of the attack in this area that led to the building of Olympus.
I mean, would she know if they're dead or alive, or?
Not off the top of her head.
Okay.
Just something you read mentioned they hadn't really been seen. The group had not been seen since the 80s or whatever.
Yeah, she'll pass that on, and the uncertainty of if they're dead or alive. Don't really have a social media presence that most folks do now.
Right. Well, I got curious about how the whole, like who fought off the monster, sort of had the city of Olympus form, kind of a thing. Asked the Kodama about it, since they have a library in their heads, and they mentioned that the Band of Texas was the ones that fought off the Titan and kind of saved the area. So I was just kind of curious about them, like who were they?
I don't really have much more information I could say about looking at more information about them, but they haven't been really active since the 80s.
Right. Well, I guess in that case, I've got work to do.
Don't do any back buildings without checking for nets first.
I'm
Literally and figuratively.
right. I mean, I was gonna go do what we agreed on before we got sent on that hunt from Artemis, which was, turn in the evidence of those two that were working for the Alpha Dogs,
Oh,
sort of get them arrested. and then I apparently have to go have a talk with City Hall.
All right.
Probably a good idea.
Now somebody was going to help you with the revealing of that information. To spin
Yeah,
it in the best way
it was-
possible.
right. It was the I do not remember her name to save my life. The third person that they had blackmail on, who we gave
Violetta Lawson.
we gave hers back to her. Well, I say we, Connor did. But
Okay, and Lawson was her last name?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Owns a lot of the media. Was going to possibly be running for politics in the coming years.
Correct. Yeah, she owns one of the local affiliate stations for whichever network,
yeah,
and the
if I
biggest
rem-
paper in the city.
yeah, about to say, if I remember correctly, she's kind of like the media mogul of the city.
Mhm. And you had you just gave her the information she was being blackmailed with because it was nothing criminal.
Yeah, it was just, hey,
Just
I'm
of a very
having an
personal
affair.
nature.
Yeah, so he turned it over. Sort of like, hey, I'm giving this to you. Kind of work with us. But anyway, so
That was also
he'll-
going to involve, I think, an exclusive interview kind of thing.
yeah.
So yeah, she was all into that.
And he'll give Sasha a hug and
Pap.
yeah. I want to poke that plant though.
I will break your arms, monkey boy.
Gotta catch me first, Snake Lady. And then he's out the door. And then he'll actually launch himself. He'll leap over the balcony and then use the staff to launch himself further, and he'll take the rooftops now.
As you do that, there's people down on the ground around the apartment. Ooh, snap.
Yeah, and because epic dexterity, he notice them, he'll look down and just give him a wink as he continues on. I just noticed that part of the epic strength purview, its innate power, is for anything involving like camaraderie, seduction, and things like that, like basically persuasion stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I can use might instead of presence.
So basically, barbarian rules of charisma versus strength.
Yeah, basically.
It kind of works if you think about the myths where you had that sort of thing, though.
Yeah. So basically, it's kind of like he's sort of playing up to it. Like he's doing this feat of supernatural ability and just like swagger, and he's off. And he will head to Violetta's office.
Okay. All right, so you're headed that way.
Yes.
Let's see. Jaden, you've driven back. It's late afternoon by now. Everybody's taken off. Dixie kind of hangs around till everybody else is leaving. I wanted to ask you before I leave, as I'm new to town, whereabouts around here do people of your persuasion hang out?
I know there's this place called the Rubicon.
Oh, where's that at?
She'll tell her the address to it.
You see her put it in her phone, or probably just pull it up, Google it or whatever. Oh, Thanks. I'm sure I'll see you, next class.
Mm.
Turns around, heads off to her car. Bright red sports car. I keep seeing Rap jotting down notes.
Always.
She does that.
She does.
Because just in case. Wait, let me see. That's why when I apparently have a different last name for Violetta.
Sandquist.
Yes.
That's the one I had.
And
written down.
then I mixed up somebody's name. Where did I get Lawson from?
I feel like I've used the Lawson at some point.
Probably have.
But I know I'm so bad at remembering the names of my own characters sometimes that, I thought I might have just given out 2 names and I will just go with whichever one y'all remember.
Yeah.
That is also a mood.
Very true.
So you're headed to Violetta's office. Now, in interviewing, for the interview, she wants the entire band there.
Yeah.
And, but you can swing by and set stuff up, or tell her y'all are ready to get the ball rolling. Y'all had to go deal with something that she's probably more or less aware of what that was now.
Yeah.
Her paper is one of the ones that was running the story about All Good.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he'll show up at the office and is like, "Hey, I'm here to see Violetta."
Actually, before you get there, you get a text message.
Okay. Fair. All right. He'll.
It's from one of the
How's it?
guys that works at the dojo. One of the
Uh-huh.
instructors at the dojo. Everybody's okay, but you might want to swing by here.
Close the phone, pocket it, activate Heavenly Stride, and boom! He's gone.
You get to the dojo. Everything out front looks fine. There's no busted glass or anything.
Mm-hmm.
No cars, sticking out the window.
Yeah. He skids in, door open.
You walk in. There's some classes going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's late afternoon, so you've got some of the little after school ones going on.
Okay.
And the little kids that would probably have just shown up after school, everything seems to be pretty normal with them.
All right.
Some of the slightly older students seem to be a little tense. Everybody working, the instructors, there's a little tension in the air. You see your grandfather talking to somebody, and then when he starts, walking from one group to another, you notice he's walking really stiff. Like something's hurting. And when he sees you and turns to you, you see a huge bruise on this side of his face, and he's got probably the start of a good shiner. And when he sees you, he's like, and he kind of eyeballs the instructors like, who called him? Didn't expect to see you today, boy. It was your day off.
I didn't expect to need to come in because it was my day off. What happened?
Yeah, it's nothing important.
Gramps.
So did you know there's a new dojo in town?
I do now.
Well, the owner, paid us a little visit.
Uh-huh.
He's kind of uptight, one of those kind of sticks up his rear types.
Mm-hmm.
But he wanted to spar, and I thought, well, it's a real old school traditional sort of thing to do. I think he took it a little more serious than I was expecting. And, you know, he's not much older than you, so maybe I underestimated him a little bit.
What did he look like?
Oh, Korean. I mean, might have had, might have had something else in there. And he proceeds to describe, guy with black hair. Though he had kind of a not a white streak in his hair, but kind of some of his bangs up here. There's a little bit of white. Kind of had one of those, what do they call it, emo haircuts. Like I said, it may have caused me to underestimate him, but the man was good, definitely.
So I need to go level a building.
No, he challenged me to a fight. I accepted, and I lost. It's fine. I mean, it's embarrassing, but it's fine.
Right. Well then.
I don't want you going out and picking a fight and escalating anything. And he just kind of holds your eyes.
Would never do that.
Connor he looks back at his grandpa, and if anybody's looking, his shadow, there's a tail thrashing in agitation in his shadow.
Your grandfather notices that.
Yeah.
And maybe one of the other instructors. But the instructors are fairly familiar with what you are.
It was just a spar, nothing like bet, nothing wagered, nothing.
No, it wasn't anything like that. I'm not a gambler. I wouldn't have done that. Fellow's name was Kim Faust. I think I'm pronouncing that right. He's got a dojo down closer to the lake, south part of the city, the Golden Fist Dojo.
Right. Connor, with his now nigh perfect memory, commits this. Right. Well, he'll turn to the instructors. Don't let him do anything stupid. I have a meeting with a few people with the city today that I need to get to.
The instructors don't seem to know what to make of you telling them not to let your grandfather do anything stupid. They've heard the other way around a few times.
Grandpa,
I'll take it easy. It's just bruises, but I'll take it easy.
Yeah, but you're kind of getting on in years.
Well, what are you trying to say?
How'd Connor die? I don't know.
I imagine he was talking shit.
Biologically, your body cannot handle injuries as well as you were when you were younger.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Like I said, I'm not handling any of the advanced classes today.
Right.
One of the instructors, like, he's just being stubborn and won't leave. Won't take a half day.
Oh yeah, he's never gonna leave. Alright, so because it's you, Gramps, I'm not gonna go level a building to rubble and then piss on the smoldering remains.
Language, there's the younger kids are in here.
can almost guarantee you they've heard worse. But
They haven't heard worse here.
fine. Okay. I have a media mogul to meet in City Hall to go talk to.
Oh yeah, you've still got those criminals to bust.
Yeah, he'll come over to his grandpa so he can talk a little bit quieter. By the way, I found a Japanese kami in the city.
Oh,
Yeah.
in the actual city limits.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Kadama.
Huh. Where at?
And he'll rattle off the park that's to the
Oh,
west
he's
of
like,
the-
oh, the big tree in the park. That makes sense. That sucker's probably been there. Well, he wouldn't say sucker.
Mhm.
He goes, yeah, that one has probably been there for a good long time.
Yeah,
They're attracted to older trees.
it has decided to form a partnership with me.
Hmm.
It will impart me with its knowledge, help improve my mental faculties, give me some access to the wilds,
Well, I'll have to swing by there and
And-
wish it good luck.
and I have become its guardian.
Because I've always found it interesting how the Eastern pantheons could interact so much easier than their Western counterparts.
There's a lot of stories that intermingle and mix between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, and the Shin have never left the world.
He goes, that probably helps.
Yeah, because if I ever decide to take the band to China, all I have to do is point up and go, "Hey, you see those clouds? That's where the heavens are." You're literally looking at the realm of the Chinese pantheon. But anyway, I've got meetings to go to. Take it easy.
I'll be fine. Take some Advil when I get home.
He'll give his grandpa a quick hug. He's like, "All right, love you, pops." I didn't squeeze you. Don't give me that.
He just laughs, kind of pushes you off.
And he'll head out and then go to Violetta's. Still moving at light speed, basically, because that infusion hasn't worn off, probably.
Nah, probably not. Yeah, so you get to the office.
Yeah, he'll say he's here to see Violetta.
You're told she's on a conference call. Please have a seat. She'll get to you. But she calls you up pretty quickly.
And he'll head in.
Mr. Hughes, glad to see you again.
Good to see you as well.
Here you had an exciting few days, or an exciting couple of days.
Yeah. Something like that. We didn't save as many people as we would have liked, but we certainly tried.
Well, the people we've been interviewing seem to be pretty happy with you.
Well, I'm glad for that.
And she kind of pats you on the shoulder. And from what I hear, most of the ones that were lost had probably been lost before you got there.
Yeah. Yeah, we did kind of just roll in and then proceed to hopefully cause enough mayhem. It was a mess. Oh, I'm still working on getting the band together for that interview. One of our numbers still very adamantly no media. So
Well, she's like, I would hate not to have all of you, but if you got one that just doesn't want to, doesn't want to do it, we could just interview the rest of you.
yeah. Oh, and he'll pull out those files. It's like, here.
Let's see. You didn't show them to her last time, but I think you had mentioned to her what.
I had mentioned them, yeah, but I never
like,
showed
oh.
it to her.
She sits there and goes through them with you. Now, do you want me to publish these or publicize these? Keeping you anonymous, or do you want me to let people know that the band uncovered this? She goes, I can name you as I can just name you as a anonymous source.
There's still a lot of. They did seem to clear out pretty fast, so maybe someone went through their stuff, found it, decided to turn it in as a good Samaritan.
Anonymous, got it. She goes, I expect that, I expect your names will come up when people are theorizing on what happened.
Yeah, they're still popping up when they're with the theories about the alpha dogs. So
yeah. Well, you had several very public encounters with them, and then they just disappeared overnight.
Yeah.
Off the record, what happened with the popping?
Off the record.
And she kind of crosses her heart.
They decided to house elemental spirits and lost control.
That's how they were able to do what they did.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess it was, it's like a scene from Aliens. Ugh.
Basically, we took out the one that was kind of in control, and the rest of them lost control.
Now, they didn't find the remains of James Dorrance. Did he escape or, well, she goes, you know what? I probably don't need to know.
You
Or
probably
it's
don't.
possible I don't need to know.
He just gives her a small smile, like it's probably better that you don't.
Right. Well, anyway, she's like,
He's not dead. I can say that. There was no murder involved. But
Oh,
he
good.
is.
I mean, I would have assumed justifiable homicide and self-defense or something, but yeah.
I put him through 3 walls in a steel reinforced locker. He lived, but he has been made aware he and his ilk are no longer welcome in the city.
Oh, so that's why their entire gang seems to have, it's only 3 or 4 bodies, but the entire gang seems to have pulled out all at once.
Yeah.
He's like, all right,
I didn't
I can
want to
get
cause
this.
any more chaos.
I can get this released in the morning edition. Because basically expect this to be all over the TV and papers tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get my ass chewed out for it. But
Yeah, one of your friends really doesn't like the media, huh?
nah, they prefer to be the
Is it
media.
that kind of stoic woman I've seen? She doesn't seem to be super emotional.
No, not her.
Oh.
But I do need to have a talk with City Hall myself. So I do need to go. I was given a commission by my father, and I need to talk to them.
Oh, she seems super interested in this.
You'll probably be hearing about it soon.
Oh, come on, you can't give me a heads up?
Okay. Fine. Go take a walk in the park to the east of City Hall. To the west of City Hall.
Like, oh, the big park.
Yeah.
Okay. And as you leave, you hear her getting on the phone, basically ordering send one of the photographers out to the park. I don't know exactly what they're looking for, but
He'll poke his head back in, just mouth. You'll know when you see it.
But I think they'll know when they see it.
And then he will, if the speed has not worn off, speed to City Hall. I feel bad I'm taking up so much time. Granted, I built a story around the guide and him getting everything set up, but I feel bad I'm taking up so much time.
All right, so you're speeding. You speed off.
Yeah.
All right. You other three. You know, Sasha's gotten her parents out. Jaden has finished up with her class for the day. Robert has done, some of his actual work, plus created this shrine to help elevate the Eastern pantheons, but also putting, his own people's mark on it. So as the sun is setting and evening's coming on, what are you three gonna do? Just hang out at your individual houses? Y'all getting together somewhere?
Jane is gonna message Robert to see if he can make something for her. If he isn't busy.
But so he messaged her back. Yeah, sure. Is it something big, something small, in between?
In between.
Okay. What are you looking to have made?
She wanted to see if he could upgrade her bow that she has been using. And basically, if he can make the face shot weaponry bow. Basically, that's what it would be.
Okay. He'd go ahead and message her back. I'll come pick up your old bow, and I'll see what I can do with it.
Okay.
Okay. Sasha.
Honestly, if no one contacts her, celebrating the fact that she has her apartment back to herself with like a pint of ice cream and Netflix.
Watching a documentary on snakes.
Quite literally, Netflix and chill.
Yeah, literally, she is Netflix and chilling by herself, watching probably The Mummy. This is completely inaccurate, but it's entertaining.
The Brandon Fraser or Tom Cruise ones?
Brandon Fraser won?
Just Jake.
I can
and
I can imagine her just like sitting there with like a notepad. It's like, okay, this didn't happen this way. This doesn't happen like that. This is how it should have been.
And it's like I'm supposed to be enjoying this. Wait a moment.
Yeah.
There is a knock at your apartment door.
At Sasha's?
Yes. Right at the favorite part of the movie.
Probably, kind of motion smoochums at least like to alert and walks over there and peeks out the people.
Well, he's not part dog. His reaction to a knock at the door is much like a dog.
Yeah, less barking.
He rumbles, but he rumbles really low. But he does kind of get up and, he's facing the door.
And she'll peek through the peephole before she opens it.
You see a woman standing there. She's got like a notebook in hand. There's a pencil tucked behind her ear. She's dressed kind of business. Or like a news anchor sort of thing. You don't recognize her as like one of the TV news anchors around here or anything, though.
She won't open the door, but she will, loud enough to be heard through the door. May I help you?
Yes, is this Sasha Adele?
Who is inquiring?
Kayla. Crap, I didn't give Kayla last name. Kayla Brown. I'm a reporter with the Daily Olympian, which is not Violetta's newspaper, but is one of the local papers.
I'm going to break your heart by telling you I'm not giving any interviews. Mm, I have nothing newsworthy to speak of.
Well, I'm sure the events at Allgood would be newsworthy, but I was also wanting to ask you about what happened in the park today.
Now very concerned. Ma'am, I have not been in the park at all today. I've been helping my grandparents move and have been home. So I have no information for you.
Well, one of your friends was seen in the area, but he wasn't home when I swung by where he lives. Or when I swung by he was not at his office when I swung by his business. We'll say that. I'm not sure if Robert's home address is quite as well known.
I mean, probably not unless you are like if you have a business card from him or anything. Probably wouldn't be something he just has given out to everybody as a rule.
But and as she mentions him, she pulls up her phone and starts playing a video and kind of holds it up to the peephole. And it looks like somebody recorded something with their iPhone of Robert kneeling with his hands in the dirt and his buildings just kind of growing out of the ground around the old tree.
Like, it's quiet enough to not be heard. Backflipping off buildings without nets. All right.
I don't mean to bother you. I mean, if you could just give me, a number that I could reach him at, I could ask him.
If you have his business information, ma'am, I'm sure he would answer that.
All right, I'll call and leave a message then. Are you sure I could get just a brief statement about the events and Allgood?
If there are any statements to be made, I'm sure there will be. At this time, ma'am, I have no statements to make.
People are really concerned about what happened there. They if everything's all right now, they need reassuring. Nobody in your band has really made a public statement about it yet.
Then I will say that a public statement is made, ma'am. Have a good evening.
Clearly she wants to argue some more, but she's tired of talking to her door. All right, thank you for your time, ma'am.
Have a good evening.
You too.
On the phone. 1, to Connor. What have you done? 2, Robert. The video is out and people are going to be calling for you. 3rd, to Talarius, who is not here. You're probably best at damage control. We need to do damage control.
You get a response to that one. This is Samuel. The kid has locked themselves in the room with their computer, editing all the Allgood footage. I'll let them know when they get out.
She just follows it up with, tell them to call me as soon as they are available.
Thumbs up emoji. And the responses are pretty quick. This guy clearly knows how to text.
Connor's response is, I have just been running around talking to people. Someone hit my granddad really hard, so I had to go check that out. Why? What's up?
Are we hiding any bodies?
I'm not very covert when it comes to, that. He asked me not to do anything, so I'm not. But
She just lets him know that word has gotten out about the shrine and the building thereof has a video accompanying it.
Yeah, okay, that was fast. Wow. I wasn't even there when that happened. I'm on my way to City Hall right now.
Would be evening, so you'd have probably already been there and back.
Well, he's been running around a lot, but
He's had to crisscross the city a couple times.
yeah.
He probably got this message as he's arriving at City Hall.
Yeah.
The evening is still open. Good luck.
Thanks. Question mark.
Yeah, Sasha will. Man, I wish Tellarius was here. Because she would probably head that way to assist in playing PR.
Oh, I would
Oh,
love
at City
that.
Hall?
No, to craft
Oh.
some kind of band response.
Ah, we're all good. Yeah. You don't want Connor doing that.
No, the band should probably meet up and just hash that out. Though I love the idea
Yeah.
of the band doing that while Hilarious isn't here, just to see his reaction. You know,
What did you do? We went and talked to the media.
No!
What's happening?
We
Yeah.
called you first, but you were busy.
We called and Samuel said you had been locked in your room for like 3 days.
You're subsisting off the nectar of butterflies. Wait.
Kept eating figs from a bag.
All right, so Connor, you're going in City Hall.
Yeah.
Sasha, where were you headed?
Even though Deca/Tellarius is not with us in physical, he is with us in spirit, so she is going to probably head that way.
Okay.
She'll do the don't look at me stuff as she's walking.
There's a few people outside the apartment. Watching the
Like-
doors.
Directly outside her apartment.
Oh, but not out in the hallway, outside of the building.
Yeah, no, she's got the
They've got a whole kind of fangirl, fanboy vibe to them.
she's got walk unnoticed completely activated as soon as that door opens.
Let's say we're working on getting up there in Legend to where we start getting actual like followers. Or sycophants, I think is the proper term.
So you slip out the door. One of them kind of glances at you, but I mean, they all see the door open, so because it doesn't make you invisible, it just makes you unremarkable.
Oh, yeah, they don't process any distinguishing information.
Yeah, it's just kind of an ignore me field.
Yeah.
I'm a snake in the grass.
All right, so you're headed over to Laris's. Connor, you're going in the front door of City Hall.
Yes.
Who you want to talk to in City Hall?
Me, the player, does not know the term for it, but whatever department is in charge of like, parks in the city or
Parks and Rec.
Sure, let's go there.
You get to Parks and Recreation. Their little office is only staffed by 2 people at the moment.
Yeah.
Clearly, there's a larger crew than that, but it's getting towards the end of the day for them,
Right.
so everything's kind of winding down.
And he'll just peek in, it's like, hello.
Oh, hello, sir. What can we do for you?
Hi. Is your what's the term for it? Manager here? Head person? I'm not sure the term.
I don't know who would be in charge. Do they have a clerk for that? Oh, they tell you no. He's already left for the day. Is there something we can help you with?
Well, I should give him a message because it's something that I already had to do.
Okay, she gets a little. Well, she pulls it up on her computer. She's just talking to you like this. Her the guy that's in there with her. He's just kind of gone. The moment you walked in, and then he gets on his phone.
He'll look over at him and is like, you recognize me, don't you?
That's got the woman at the computer looks at what? And the guy goes, yeah. And he kind of rolls his chair up next to her. And, shows like one of the videos. Oh, huh, neat.
Yeah. I've been running around the city all day trying to get things in order because, as you are now aware and you know, given my heritage, uh, my father gave me a charge.
The guy.
You
So,
know,
so you're on a mission from a god.
more or less. You know that park to the west of here, the big tree, the large tree.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we gotta name the park.
We do, yeah. We can figure it out after session, I guess. I got like an
Otherwise,
hour.
it's just gonna be Big Park or West Park.
Yeah, we'll figure out the name for it probably after session.
But yes, they're familiar with the park.
Uh, the large tree there. I was tasked with being its guardian,
Okay.
and to have a shrine put up.
Oh. Hmm. Well, that's definitely something you'd have to go through our office for. You'd have to get some permits from the city before you did it too.
Yeah. See, I'm not used to bureaucracy entirely yet.
Okay.
I already did that. I'm
You've
not sure.
You've already started building something.
I'm not sure how how much his innate power of the Tian Ming will work here, because this is official bureaucracy, and he has dominion over it. But
Let's see. And that basically means what? What was that power? How did that power word? How was that power worded again?
good thing I wrote it down.
I know you have an easier time with bureaucracies at the very
You
least.
ignore all complications from bureaucratic delay, corrupt officials, missing paperwork, long lines of DMV, or similar obstacles that impede the right functioning of bureaucratic and official institutions.
Okay. That's the innate something. That's not like a roll, or that's just
Yeah, that's the innate power that all Shin Scions have.
immunity
all
to BS.
Basically, yeah.
She's like, oh, so you've already started constructing it.
It kind of rose up out of the ground. So no construction was involved. It just kind of came into being.
Guy taps on his phone. Hold his phone over to her.
Yeah.
She's
So
like,
that's not, I was hoping to catch your clerk, because in my rush to get my father's mission done, I kind of forgot about this bit.
I see. Well, we'll go ahead and start filing. Doing the preliminary on you wanting the permit.
Okay,
I can set you up an appointment with the clerk tomorrow.
that'd be helpful.
Uh,
And I will apologize profusely.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know exactly how the city's going to react to that.
Well, I mean, other than that, nothing's changed, and now they have a scion guarding it. So they do have a protector there, but
Well, the parks, Department of Parks and Recreation, we took care of the area.
yeah, I understand that. Just Dad decided to get me involved too.
All right, well, she has you sign some paperwork. There's some stuff you have to fill out,
But because Tian Ming, everything moves smoothly.
Yep. You get the paperwork, you run through it right quick. They're a little weirded out, but they get you done. She puts in what she can do.
Yeah.
She makes no promises about how the city's going to react or anything, but
Yeah.
all the
makes sense.
paperwork has begun.
Fortunately, hardly anything changed in the park. It's just stuff that popped up out of the ground like weeds.
How do we react to acts of gods? I don't...
Paperwork.
Basically.
All right. Sasha, give me a. Let me pull up the skills. Give me a cunning and I guess subterfuge.
Three successes.
Not bad.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Oh yeah, sevens don't count.
Damn sevens.
Yep.
Mhm.
So you arrive at Calarius's apartment. And in the lobby of the apartment, you notice somebody kind of sit over to one side, fiddling with their phone. Wouldn't have particularly drawn your attention, but out of the corner of your eye, he looks familiar. And then when you look at him, you recognize him from probably the last time the band was at the Rubicon.
Is it the D-bag?
Is it Chad?
Is it Chad?
It's Chad. Though he's alone, he is not surrounded by lady friends this time.
The jerk in me wants to, like, do something to Flatlander him, but... She doesn't look like herself, and she also has the big ignore me field on.
Yeah, he hasn't so much as glanced in your direction.
And he's fiddling on his phone.
Yep.
Okay, because the ignore me field, like, literally will let her walk past bodyguards to, like, according to, like, the flavor text they put in the book, basically walk past bodyguards to poison, like, mob bosses if she wanted to. She's just gonna walk behind-ish him to see what he's doing on his phone.
He's exchanging texts with somebody. Basically, he's whining about, how long do I need to stay here? He is sending it to somebody whose name just comes up as Pen.
P-E-N or I-N?
P-E-N.
What is Pin saying?
Give it another half hour. If you don't see him, we'll call it a night. We just need to find out what we can about him. And then telling him to stop whining. I'm sure some of your friends will still be awake when you get home.
Giving a quick glance over any magical items on him.
Let's see, Chad. No, just like at the at the Rubicon, he doesn't seem to be carrying anything magical on him.
Okay. She'll move back to where she was, let herself be like drop the walk unnoticed, but she still doesn't look like Sasha from the Rubicon. Be like, you really shouldn't be sitting stalking people in lobbies.
So you're still standing behind him when you do this? Or
Hmm.
you walk by? Okay. You just drop the ignore me field.
Yeah.
He gives a little jump. It's not stalking. This is a public place.
She gestures to the phone.
And who are you?
None of your concern.
Oh, now don't be that way. I mean, you're the one sneaking up behind me and spying on me.
Who are you following?
Just somebody that lives in the building. And I'm not following them. I'm just, if they happen to come out, I'd like to speak to them. But I don't know what their apartment number is. And
I'm visiting some people here. Maybe I know them.
oh, hey there, you might. Trying to remember. Oh yeah, Telarius did introduce himself to Chad, I think. So Chad has heard
Yeah.
has heard the name, so he's able to pronounce the name. Okay.
It's probably local YouTube starish enough that they would probably be known enough.
Yeah, that's basically what Chad even tells you. Yeah, it's somebody that does like YouTube stuff, local YouTube stuff.
That's 2 members of the band.
Well, but the one she knows lives in this building.
Yeah.
I've got a weird name. Let me look at it.
I'm just amused that
Telarius,
This is the one.
something like that.
Telarius.
Ah, thank you.
What do you want with Telarius?
Well, we met briefly a few days ago. But I didn't really know who he was at the time. So I really just want a chance to chew the fat with him, that's all.
Given everything they've been involved with in the past few days, I imagine they're a very busy person.
Yeah, that's always possible. I guess I'll have to find something else to do. So, you said you were visiting friends? What are you doing after that?
Yes, I am going home without you. Have a good evening. And she turns and walks away.
Just do me one favor.
That is going to be entirely dependent on the nature of this favor you're inquiring for.
Pull that stick out of your butt. And he just starts laughing and goes back to his phone.
Oh, I'll make sure someone hits you with a stick, don't worry. Dings the elevator. Fucking Chad.
Connor walking home, so the ears perk up. Stick? What? Who am I beating?
Yeah, she'll definitely tell Telarius that they have someone that Chad is downstairs waiting for them.
Well, that makes it sound like he's down there waiting to beat him up or something. That wasn't at all. the vibe you got
Maybe?
from Chad. That wasn't at all the vibe you got from Chad.
She doesn't trust Chad. Chad is slimy.
Clearly, you just haven't given Chad a chance.
Chad is getting no chance.
As if from the sounds of things, Chad is a petri dish of STDs.
His body is a temple.
Yeah, a lot of people say that about themselves too. But anyway,
Do
Like
we
a temple
know
to Aphrodite, where you had the temple, temple hose.
And do we know who, his parent is?
No, I don't think we ever found that out.
Okay.
Nope, you just knew. You really, all you really know about Chad is he comes to Rubicon late when a lot of the supernatural is there, and he seems perfectly comfortable there.
And usually has a half dozen or so hanging off,
Yes.
riddled with gonosypha herpalates.
Uh,
That's a cocktail.
Y'all have such a low opinion of Chad. He ain't done anything to you.
You named him Chad.
he
Well, I
wouldn't
used to go to
say
school with
no
the Chad.
for- he
I often
wouldn't
name
say
NPCs
no
after people I know.
He wouldn't say no for an answer.
Who's pushy and like,
Yeah.
no.
Enthusiastic.
Sure,
He was-
enthusiastic.
He would have roofied somebody's drink.
Chad would not roofie drinks, I promise you. You have my solemn word. Chad does not roofie drinks.
Still, all of her, like, all that little bit of a set she has in her, like that motherly, like, I will burn down worlds to protect my friends. Is like, this motherfucker touches my friends. I will tear him up into parts so tiny that even the gods can't find.
Come on, he just bought Jaden a drink and she accepted it. And he walked over and talked to her. That was it.
Mm.
And when
It's like I'm
she's like,
sitting here
no,
waiting.
she wasn't interested, he wouldn't take no for an answer.
I'm sitting here waiting for the next god to show up.
I'll just have to go rewatch it. I don't remember how pushy he was.
Barry.
Either way, she'll go hang out in Telaris's apartment
Samuel
until
answers
they
the
are
door.
done. Hey, is the artist done arting?
No.
Have they at least eaten and drank within the last 24 hours?
He took some sodas in there with him.
Ugh.
Or actually, would Telarius be a soda drinker, or would Telarius have like sparkling water or something?
Yes.
Oh,
Becca's described Hilarious as
Pop-Tarts.
having both.
Okay.
box of Pop Tarts too, probably,
And figs.
and figs.
Lots of figs.
Mm-hmm.
All the figs.
That fig relic we had gone.
So Robert, you were heading over to Jaden's place to pick up her bow.
Yes, sir.
Uh, all right. All right. So you arrived there without any trouble. He is not being a creep. Don't tell him that.
So being a creep.
He just wants to get to know him, that's all. Possibly.
Oh.
Possibly. But anyway,
Sa-
continue. sir.
Sasha doing the crocodile rumble now.
God, that would be interesting, just out of nowhere.
Oh, I gotta find a birthright now to have her do that. Okay, carry on.
Just find one that does like some sort of fear or intimidation effect. All right. So Robert, you head out of your apartment, or your house, excuse me. This time there's only like one neighbor watching you through the window as you leave.
Luckily.
Well, you know, there's another round of stuff in the news about you, so you keep hoping stuff will settle down, but it just keeps coming.
He hasn't had to talk with Sasha yet about, looking before he leaps, but he senses it.
But you drive off. Like the only one of the neighbors watched leave. You do notice one of your neighbors has got like a nice Corvette parked out front. Not like up in the driveway; it's like parked on the street. That's A little
He'll
ritzier
take.
than you usually have around here. So you
Hey,
kind
he'll
of wonder
take
if
note of it. Like, oh,
wonder if Bob's having a midlife crisis.
yeah, probably. Poor
Shiny
fella. Didn't
Corvette
think he'd
painted
be.
Go Faster Red.
Hmm.
uh,
Dixie.
never mind. I was about to get on a side rant about orcs and their power belief, but go on.
Ooh, that's it. Your neighbor is secretly an orc, and now his car drives faster because he painted it red.
We've solved the next case, guys.
Yeah.
Get the XP and go.
Thank you, sir. I needed that laugh. But continue.
All right, and you drive over to Jaden's without any incident.
He would have knocked up, just knocked on a door. Jaden.
She would have, of course, opened the door. Want to come in? Want to drink?
Thanks for the offer, but I'll decline for right now. You said you wanted me to work on your boat, correct?
Yes.
All right. You want me to upgrade it in some shape or form?
Yes.
Okay. Hmm.
I want to be able to paralyze people when I hit them with my arrow from the bow.
Well, I mean, as long as you're willing to wear rubber gloves as you fire, I'm sure we can tie on a small little few electrodes for shocking purposes, but I don't think you want to jury rig it in that regard, so I mean, I could be wrong.
No, not in that regard.
You gotta admit though, that would be interesting to see the arc as you fire. That would be something. Again, I
And
would
that's if
think
I get any grip with the rubber gloves.
well, this is true. Unless I can figure out a way to make sure you're always a different charge than the power source, but I digress. Anyway, so you're wanting to be able to paralyze.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, have you ever thought about using different ammunition besides just basic arrow? Have you thought about talking to Sasha? Maybe seeing about coding arrows? I don't know if she'd be good with that. Is she good with that?
I don't think so. But by the by, I put it up in the chat.
I don't know if science can make relics, though.
Yeah, that's gonna be the fun part, but we can always try.
Well, Jaden's probably just thinking, hey, this is a forge guy.
Oh, no, I see that.
I mean, Robert would be like, well, I mean, I can look into doing something off the top of my head besides, doing the cockamamie things I was just talking about. Should be something I can do. If you're perfectly okay with me working on your bow, like maybe doing a little bit of reverse engineering, essentially I would just I would just kind of tear it down to understand how it works. I can put it right back together. It
Yeah,
wouldn't be a
that's
problem.
fine.
Sure. Yeah, just I'll take it home with me and I'll see if I can find some way to do that for you. That'll be a trick, but I'll give it a shot.
Robert just leaves. I'm so calling Dad about this.
Oh yeah, no, he'd be like, I need to get in contact with Dad and see
Dad,
what
can I copy your notes?
like Dad, you remember making something that's got elf shot in it, right? Can you help me out here? Help your son out, kind of start that career. But no, he just happily take her bow and just be like, yeah, I'll take it home right now and I'll get started.
Okay. Take your time.
Oh.
Don't try to rush through it.
No. Trying to get what you want it to do is probably going to be a bit of a trick, so I don't think I can do it within a day. I'll see if I can get it done at least quick, but I'm not going to promise anything within only that short a span of time.
Okay.
And he'll happily take the bow and head on home.
All right. You get home. As you're pulling up, you see your front door is off the hinges.
This is going to be interesting. He kind of pulls his pistol out and kind of gets a good grip on it. Well, let's see how well this is about to go. And he'll cautiously kind of walk through his front door. Kind of peering around like, okay.
The door is laying on the ground in two pieces. Like it's been cut kind of diagonally. The edges on
Okay.
both sides of the door are singed.
He looks at that. Okay. Judging by that, blade probably has some type of fire elemental. Fantastic. Oh boy.
Glance around, looks like your house has been ransacked. Some stuff's flipped over, drawers are pulled out. Did you have any sort of shrine to your parent? I know Connor did.
Robert probably hadn't made one yet. It was probably on a to-do list that he was slowly getting around to. And after like doing that for Connor, like making the big old shrine out there for his deity or for the little kami, he was thinking about that. Like maybe I should get into that probably the next day or so. But as of right now, no, he hasn't got one to put up just yet.
But essentially, as you creep around the house, you're not hearing anything. Like I said, the place has been gone through. You don't notice anything particularly missing. Though it's hard to tell with the mess. But it definitely looks like they were like looking for things.
Hey.
I would assume you'd have either a little workshop in your garage or a separate little, workshop out back.
He's got a detached building where he keeps most of his tools and whatnot.
When you get there, that place has also been broken into. And rather than stuff being tossed around, all your equipment has basically been destroyed. Like the house, it's like you'd seen in movies and stuff when somebody would toss a house.
Looking for stuff, yeah. Everything's just everywhere.
Is just flat out arson.
He takes the gun, holsters it. Alright. Now it's obvious someone doesn't like my craftsmanship. That's duly noted. Alright. Well, this is going to get fun, and that's going to take time to replace. But, he doesn't really fret over it. He looks at what can be salvaged, what can't, and pretty much starts setting all the stuff that's pretty much more or less just straight junk. He just starts sitting it outside the bin like, well, this is useless, this is useless. Nope, can't use that. Maybe, no, that's completely singed the cord off. Shit. Sets it out.
Yeah, not a lot salvageable. It's like whoever did this knew what they were doing to make sure.
Nothing was usable.
Mm-hmm. Same kind of scorch marks the door had. The metal is a little melted in some spots. but the cuts are very clean.
Now with all his tools just sitting out in a pile instead of inside the shed, he's just like, well, crap. Oh, that took years to acquire. Some that you can't get no more. Oh well. I'm sure I can do something about that. He starts to slowly meander the house, like, right, let's see if I can find anything that's might be missing. Which, as you said earlier, probably nothing really missing.
No, you can't. You know, you're not at all sure what they would have been looking for. I mean, it's to the point that even like the little stashes of cash you might have had in their drawer were just tossed to the side.
Yeah, he would have found one of those and been like, all right, well, not robbery, because that's a good couple hundred right there, and no petty thief or even a decent thief would just let that go. Okay, well, I can roll that out. He just pulls up his phone, calls Connor.
Yeah, Connor, you made it back home after, assuming that's where you're going after the courthouse or city hall.
Yeah, he was gonna go back home.
Connor,
home
it's Robert.
Fine.
Hmm.
Is Connor's home fine since he's there?
Yes, Connor's home is fine.
Okay, because he keeps his home under wraps.
Well, I mean, Robert doesn't announce his home at all.
Yeah.
But with the ties to your business, it would not be impossible to find.
Oh no. He wouldn't pull that out because again, he drives a work truck. His company's name is right on the side. So yeah, people can put two and two.
Sasha gets the most attention because she walked her dog out blatantly right after a big event. So she had a horde follow her back home.
Yeah. Now she's concerned because she left Smoochums at home. More concerned for them.
Yeah. See, times
She gets
that I'm
home.
glad.
Clearly, they cut Smoochums in half because now there's two Smoochums. So clearly, they cut him in half and he grew back. They can do that, right?
Oh god, two smoochums.
Oh, jeez.
Adorable. They're smaller though now, and you can just hug them both.
One of them is
Yeah,
Smooch,
he'll
one
answer-
of them is Nums. Or Chums.
I mean, they're both. Anyway, Connor will answer the phone. Yeah.
Hi, Connor. It's Robert.
Hey, what up, man?
Well, unfortunately, and I'm sure this is going to come to surprise you, my blood pressure.
Did you get a call from City Hall?
No officials.
it-
No
it turn-
officials bothered me today.
Yeah, it turns out we needed to do a lot of permits and paperwork first before we did that.
Well, I mean, yes, but I figured you was going to make sure that was handled when I did it, so I didn't really tend to think about that. But I digress.
Got excited. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Is that where Connor is currently? Is probably over there, or is he actually at the dojo with his grandfather?
Well, he's at his house or his apartment.
I say he'd be like, "Well, I can't wait for you to see it. It's just
There's videos.
oh crap, those two stupid joggers. I should have said something to him, but I didn't think anything of it. Right. Anyway, so apparently somebody put two and two together where I've lived because both my workshop and my house have been broken into. And by broken into, the door has been perfectly cut in half, but the metal is melted.
Okay. Did they take anything?
Like you probably hear crunching sound and movement. Like nothing I can see. I mean, they even left money that I had hit in little spots in the house, and so that tells me it's not theft. But I'm not quite sure yet. It don't look like anything in the house, though. I
So
won't
what they
lie.
break?
Uh, pardon my French, but unfortunately they were a right bastard and completely destroyed my workshop. I don't have a single workable tool. Some of that stuff I collected over my lifetime. So, yeah, I'm a bit irritated, but nothing that can't be replaced. Didn't know if you might have ran into a colorful character today at some point in time.
You mean other than Sasha?
You'll kind of hear him laugh a little. Well, granted, she is a character, and so I wouldn't.
She did
I,
it.
he'd be like, I wouldn't put it. But I wouldn't pass her to be the most interesting person you've talked to today. But on that regard, not quite sure. I had left to go do a chore for Jaden, and I was just coming back, and this is what I walked into.
Mm.
He'll like take a second, like take a couple pictures, and just kind of text them to Connor. Yeah, this is what I walked into. If it don't load up yet, hopefully it does when we get off the phone. But anyway, I'm just calling to let you know to just kind of keep your ear to the ground and see if anything kind of happens tonight. I'm gonna
I
be up.
I can keep an eye out on folks. Fortunately, I'd take great pains in keeping where I live a secret.
Oh no, I'm not asking you to do anything drastic tonight. Just come tomorrow when you go off and do your morning jog. If you happen to notice anything, that'd be appreciative.
Yeah, I'll come take a look. I need to have a meeting with the head clerk in Parks and Recreation tomorrow, and I have no idea how bad the city's going to respond, but yay.
I'll probably be tired from trying to clean this up tonight, but if you need me, let me know. I'll drive down there. They'll probably need to say something to me anyway, since I'm technically the contractor.
Yeah, well, I talked you into it, so it's my fault.
We did it together. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. Let me double check.
But he'd be like, all right, well, didn't mean to bother you if you were doing something important. Just want to give you forewarning since you're a bit more alert and also a lot faster than the rest of us.
Yeah. Give me a second. And I will say presence.
Robert has the phone slightly off to the side, just kind of humming his own elevator music.
Hold, please.
Shit, what was the skill you told me to use?
Which one now?
Doppelganger.
Oh,
Was
let's
it
see.
presence?
It was presence and something else. Because I'm forcing a copy of myself onto the world.
Presence and
Was it just presence? Subterfuge, maybe?
Maybe.
yeah, I don't remember. Because the power itself didn't specify, did it?
No, it's just make a knack skill roll.
Let's see, did I? No, I put the Clash of Will rules, not the knack rolls. Okay. Then yeah, for the moment, let's just say subterfuge.
Alright.
You're tricking reality into thinking there's two of you or something. I'll look up the specifics on knack rolls after session.
That's knack rolls are literally what skill you want to use, basically. As far as I know.
Yeah, very few of them have, like, listed.
4.
Alright, you definitely successfully popped your Doppel Connor out.
Yeah, Doppelganger. Damn it. I've
We
never had to
always
get that
do that.
right. Yeah.
It's probably why we
He's
started going with Faux Connor at one point.
yeah. He's gonna tell his doppelganger to take the back way out. Don't be seen leaving, and go head over to Robert's place.
Okay.
Robert's still sitting there humming his own hold music.
And question for you, story guide.
Okay.
Doppelganger doesn't technically say I'm limited to one.
Now, is that one that you have to invest legend in?
No, it's a knack.
Hmm.
It's an immortal knack, so it's a deific power, basically.
I would hesitate to say you could pop too many out.
Yeah.
That just seems terribly
Maybe-
unbalancing. Considering they
maybe
can
one
hit as hard as
for-
you, they just don't take damage.
Yeah, this is make a knack skill roll, and with any successes, make an exact copy of yourself.
Maybe one for each level of legend we have.
I could live with that. That sounds fairly balanced.
Fair. All right.
So at least 2. Well,
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know if he had regained his other point.
No, he still has 2, regardless.
No,
Those-
we worked it out. I got my second one back because of me wandering around tagging the
I
city.
mean, you would still be considered
Yeah.
Legend 2 because. Of
Yeah, he would
Legend
still be considered. He just couldn't spin that legend on anything. But the cloning doesn't require that. All right, I hate to do this, but I need to run off for just 1 minute.
Yeah, sure.
So I will
Take
be
it down,
right
boss.
back.
And we can just RP. Sort of.
Ugh.
All of our houses are being ransacked as we speak.
Yeah,
I mean,
the second doppelganger is heading for Sasha's place.
Just these smoochums on his back, snoring. On the
Yeah.
couch, which they have specifically been told not to sleep on.
Connor's petting Smoochums as she gets there.
Player knows who happened to break into his home, but of course Robert is complete DA as who happened to break into his
Frickin'
home.
Dixie.
damn it,
I'm saying
Dixie.
I'm saying her or Chad, one of the two.
Oh, Chad was
What?
clear over at Telarius's, so
And
Yeah,
that's
he-
the
yeah.
pet. And the only.
Robert was out for a while.
mm,
I mean, however long is considered to get to Jaden's and back. Because he
Yeah.
didn't stay long. He denied a drink and everything. He's like, okay, what am I here for? This is what you need me to do? Fantastic. I'll do it.
Ow. Yeah.
Grab the bow and win.
So might be Dixie. Ugh.
I mean,
Well, he-
there was a red car out there, and since Dixie
Mm-hmm.
drove a red sports car, wrote that down.
Red Corvette.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, probably Dixie then.
Both of these
Yes.
cars were pointed out.
Well, not only
yeah,
that,
fair.
not only that, but in the conversation with Jaden and Dixie earlier, she seemed more interested in things that were more Norse mythology.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because the Wild Hunt is generally associated with Odin as the leader of the pack.
And she was talking about dark elves.
I just had a
Fucking drow.
I just had a thought.
Uh huh.
Oh no.
She's very tall and muscular, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
6'3" and
Yeah,
built like a she built like a house foundation.
I wrote 6'3" redhead bodybuilder because that's, fucking built. Like, yeah.
Could be one of the Jotnar.
Well, that's all we need.
Well, I mean that is like the titans of the Aesir pantheon.
That's all we need.
or at least related to the Jotnar.
Mm.
Welcome back, Jason.
Glad to be back.
Hello.
So is Dixie a Titan?
No, Dixie's not Titan.
Working with
Damn.
the Titan.
What now?
She working with the Titan.
You think this man's just going to reveal his story right here and there? Come on.
Sure, let me tell you let me tell you everything I got planned.
I mean, you weave a wonderful story. We happily listen.
We'll
Yeah.
get to the tides, but let's start with the fishman first.
Good
All right.
Ah, Poseidon, here we come. Anyway.
All right. So,
So there's one doppelganger going to Robert's place, one going to Sasha's.
okay.
Eventually, he'll get a high enough level where he can cover everybody.
And then the campaign. will be
Everyone
over.
gets a bodyguard of Connor.
Everyone gets a Connor. You get a Connor, and you get a Connor, and you get a Connor.
Just for 2 days, though.
Yeah.
All the fangirls that the band will eventually have are lining up because they want their Connor.
Oh God.
Good, no.
Sasha in the background, hair like rising.
Speaking of Sasha, as this call is going on, there's another knock at your door.
She's at Telarius's.
Oh, that's right. Oh, poor Smoochums. Anyway,
Smoochums just starts rumbling at the door.
I mean, Connor's heading that way pretty damn fast. Or at least his clone.
but also over at Jaden's, there's a knock on the door.
She looks at the time and thinks it's too late for anybody really to be coming over to visit.
Ooh,
So
And then there's another knock. A little loud, a little more insistent.
The gun.
she will be holding her gun and will be keeping Spruce right next to her, kind of keeping him quiet so he doesn't go barking.
He's a dog. His instinct would be to bark. By the same token, you're a hunter, so you have probably taught him to be quiet when it's called for.
Yeah, exactly.
But he is at your side, one of his heads is always kind of grumpy and angry, but they all kind of looking aggressive right now.
God, I imagine him growling in stereo.
In triplicate, even.
Robert, what do you do about your door for the night? Yeah, you just gonna leave it gapping open, or?
No, he's gonna look and see if he's got like any spare wood or like any spare sheet metal, and just kind of put it there as a temporary patch for the doors.
Frankly, I could imagine you just him just having a spare door or two laying around from
Oh
construction
yeah,
stuff.
I mean that would work too. Just don't have a doorknob, so he just kind of grabs a spare board and just kind of braces it to keep it shut.
Mm-hmm.
Takes the
Well,
doorknob out of the old one.
Yeah, you can take the doorknob was not damaged in the assault on the thing, but
He'd probably worry about assembling the door knob later, because again, he's going to spend most of the night trying to fix his house back up.
well, then with your door propped shut, you're in the process of cleaning up. You hear a knock on the door.
He pulls his gun out. It's like, I'm not expecting company, so okay. He kind of gets slightly close to the door. Yes, can I help you?
Something slams against the door.
Oh God, why?
Let's see. You've got it propped with a. You just got it propped. Ooh. Yeah, the board propping that up absolutely snaps because that's 4 successes. One's a 10. All right, 4 successes. And what steps through the door is a shirtless man.
He will look very confused, like, excuse me?
The guy's not fat, but he looks a little bloated, a little swollen up.
He's all full elemental.
Like and very wet. His hair is wet and matted. He sort of growls at you, and when he does, all the muscles in his neck tense up, and you see slits on the sides of his, on the sides of his throat.
Oh shit, you weren't joking about fishmen.
Nope. I hit you with the truth, and you weren't
Man.
expecting it.
Okay.
And then when he lunges at you, you notice webbed fingers.
And that's when he quickly pulls his pistol up and fires.
Over at Jaden's, when
Question.
she does. 1 second. Over at
Sorry.
Jaden's, when she doesn't answer the door, after the harder knocking, something starts slamming against the door. It may take you a little bit longer to get through, though.
Okay. She's gonna kind of back up and just kind of get herself situated with Spruce next to her, waiting for the thing of whatever's banging on her door to attempt to break through.
I'm just hearing like wet fins just slapping against the wood.
We about to make fish fingers.
Sasha, over at Talarius's. You and Samuel are, chewing the fat.
The finer points of various occults.
Yeah, because he's fairly knowledgeable of such things. But his knowledge is more specialized, I guess. The Greco-Roman stuff you want to talk about, he's a fount of information. You think you start hearing screaming from somewhere else in the building.
Do you hear that?
Samuel stops. You see his ear kind of twitch. Yeah, that's not good. He trots off into his room.
Might I borrow a firearm?
He comes out with both of his pistols, hands you one of
Thank you.
them.
Think we should tell Talarius? Or they'll probably not notice.
The kid's busy.
Okay.
They do their editing. They got those big noise canceling headsets.
Oh. Okay, yeah, then they should be fine. Shall we?
Weird. I don't think they used those before I moved in.
It's entirely possible they splurged on a gift for themselves.
Yeah, could be. Sam cracks the door open, and you hear what sounds like somebody throwing themselves against a door somewhere, or maybe a wall. Yeah, it's hard to.
Just moist slapping. Okay.
Stepping out in the hallway, you see kind of the figure I described attacking at Roberts. There's 3 of them in the hallway. Each of them is slamming up against a different door.
This seems a bit overkill. Does she recognize anything as far as occulty, like what this might be from?
Give me a cult roll.
Hey guys, we got momentum.
Add 1 to your
8
pool.
dice. 8 dice,
We
and they
get-
all betray me.
We get 3.
You
Why?
get 3.
Occult is your specialty.
Oh yeah, I do have 5 dots in occult.
Or maybe it's 2.
Yeah, I think it'd be 2. All right.
It's
fine,
not
yeah.
1, I know that.
Hey guys, we get momentums.
Nice.
She's too alarmed by fish people slapping against doors.
They don't particularly react when you step out. I mean, one of them turns, looks at you, notices you're there, and he kind of does this gurgling hiss at you, and you see its neck gills flare up.
Yeah, Smoochums makes that noise.
Then Samuel steps out, and the noise that one's making changes, and his 2 compatriots stop slamming against the door, and they all start marching in your direction.
Sam, who did you piss off?
He's like, I mean, there's a list, but
Narrow
not
it to
besides there,
fish.
anybody. Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Arrow with the fish.
You
I
guys all
love it.
Okay. Do we shoot? Indoors? In an apartment building? Wait, the whole floor is Hilarius's.
It is.
Oh yeah, he did have the entire like penthouse thing, didn't he? I
That
forgot about
entire floor is all his.
Just try not to shoot up or down. Try to mainly just shoot straight across.
Center mass fish. Right for
That's
the
right. 'cause I
for
forgot
the fish.
his entire floor is basically set up like a penthouse.
Yeah. Maybe they were like banging on the like entrance at the elevator that comes in. Maybe there's like a foyer or a mudroom.
Actually, let's retcon and say you and Samuel had to walk down the stairs to the next floor.
Well, she was gonna have him maybe walk down to see if Chad was still there.
Well, no, you still heard some screaming
Oh,
and some commotion. And yeah, when y'all get down to the next floor and y'all are picking out the stairwell, that'll be what's going on because they're basically trying to break into apartments like they don't know which one they're trying to break into. But when they see Samuel, they all react and start towards y'all.
I will follow your lead on this one. I typically don't deal with angry fishmen.
He's like, all right. When you line up your shots, make sure nothing's between you.
I
He goes, basically shoot for the end of the hallway. Try not to let it veer
Yeah.
into any of the rooms.
Grandpa drilled that into me.
He's like, meant no offense. I don't know how much training you've had.
No, you're good. I follow your lead.
Well, let's start blasting.
Fired and I missed.
But did you?
This went on for several hours. Get the tartar sauce and the lemons.
So first, Faux Connor arrives at Sasha's place.
Mm-hmm.
Was he going to the door to like be let in, or was he going to take vigil on the roof?
He was gonna go inside because he doesn't know Sasha's gone.
Okay.
Just like
So-
banging on the window, like dun, 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 dun.
So yeah, he was going to the door.
Then yeah, as you get to her floor, you're hearing wood start to crack. You hear Smoochum's grrr, rumble.
Does he see the thing at the door?
Oh, there's 3 of them. And yes, he sees them.
Okay.
Again, the gills, the kind of
Yeah.
matted hair, bloated appearance.
Gotcha. He's gonna get his staff out and swing for the fences.
All right. Ooh, it's 8:55.
It is. And depending on how this goes, I think Connor might be getting involved in 3 separate combats simultaneously.
At least until he gets hit.
True.
Yeah, I meant to wrap this up tonight, but this little segment up tonight, but there ain't
Well,
no
we
way
just
we're
started.
squeezing a fight in 10 or 15 minutes.
We did start a little late.
Yeah, just a little bit.
At least 10 or so
I'm
minutes.
good with extending a little bit.
Well, these guys aren't too rough. It's not like fighting the hunter and the big tigers or anything. So, all right, we'll carry on. We're not gonna worry about doing the full normal initiative.
Okay. I mean, he's ambush attacking anyway.
Yeah, they don't. That Faux Connor, they don't see you coming.
All right, cool. Want me to make the roll?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and start with you.
Sasha, what floor do you live on?
Not the first one, probably like third, fourth.
All right, so I will get a 3 enhancement then.
Yeah, she doesn't live on ground floor. Sorry for your knacks.
That's what it is. I just felt like I needed to know to see. Alrighty, so 7 successes. Not 7, 6.
Okay.
Thought that said 4, not 3%.
Oh yeah, they don't get to roll. Make a defense roll.
Yep.
All right, so you definitely hit.
Yes.
They've got a defense of 2.
So that leaves me with 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hit the one closest to me.
Okay.
Hit, crit, knockback, and hopefully that knockback will barrel him into the other 2 and send all 3 flying.
He goes flying, down the hall, hits the window at the end of the hall, and out of the building. The other two are knocked down while he smacks into them.
Yeah.
So you have basically knocked them prone.
Cool beans.
So they'll spend their round picking themselves back up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sasha.
See, fake real Connor blinks. Text to Sasha. Why is your apartment getting attacked by fish?
She's too busy getting attacked by fish to answer right now.
Yeah.
If Samuel fires at one, she will fire at another one. So do
All right, so
is
y'all
it
take different targets?
firearms? Yeah. Firearms and dexterity, correct?
Correct.
The thing.
Two successes because it is firearms being used as a firearm.
Okay.
So she will use the one success to hit. And even though she has a feeling this won't work, she will try the Flatlander.
All right, what does Flatlander do?
Oh, so you get another success then, because Flatlander.
Oh yeah, one enhancement, so 3 successes. She's gonna do the glimpse other side.
Will they disappear for like the round or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
They just have to make a contested Clash of Wills.
All right.
I don't remember. I need to write down what we keep doing for Clash of Wills.
Actually,
usually do, like-
I've got that in a handout. You should be able to see it if I did it right. In the handouts.
What skill we were using? I think we were using occult and intellect.
Let's see. Clash of Wheels.
Or liminal and occult.
By making an opposed knack skill plus applicable calling roll.
Yeah.
That's right. You still have to pick what the knack skill is, though. So yeah, you think that's the one we were using? That's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna mark that down just in somewhere. Occult and plus 4 dice. So
Yeah, it's just a skill and the applicable calling. If you have a calling, that factors in.
So liminal.
yeah, liminal would be the calling. So 2 successes. And they have to roll for that against that.
He got 1 success to resist.
Oh.
So he goes. Let's see, and Samuel manages to damage his.
Would you get the free damage?
Yeah, everybody's getting free
Okay.
damage.
Cool. Just making sure they aren't armored or anything.
No, they don't appear to be. At least not anymore than being slightly harder to hit than a normal person.
Just really slimy.
Mm-hmm.
So the one that didn't get shot and the other one, the one Samuel shot, both raced towards you. Well, they were already racing towards you. Despite their kind of bloated appearance, they are moving fairly quickly. One of them runs up and takes a swipe at Samuel.
Oh, no. Okay, never mind. That wouldn't do anything.
Okay, so that is 4 successes on Samuel. So Sam takes a damage. And then with 3, successes. Oh wait, no, he does damage for free, and then he's got 4 successes, so he could critical Samuel. But instead, he's going to basically run up. And he smacks Samuel, but with the other hand, he grabs the gun. He grabs Samuel's gun and hurls it down the hallway.
Oh no, the fish are smart.
Basically, 2 to disarm him, and then 2 for distance. You just hear Samuel. Oh, I'm boned.
That's not reassuring. That's not
Come
something
on.
to really say in the middle of battle.
I'm going to need that pistol back.
She hands it over to him. And
He seems
might try to
almost
fall back.
surprised that you hand it to him. Like maybe he was just bantering. Oh, she did give it back. Sweet. And then the other one is going to try, the one that hadn't been shot at all is going to try to smack Sasha.
Alright. Stamina to
Resistance.
defense.
Oh,
I'll just preemptively roll that.
that's
Don't,
3,
no,
4,
no.
5. 2 of those were 10s.
Oh, come on.
Neither one of the
It's a
exploding dice
hunter.
was
Oh.
successful, though. So 5 successes.
Okay, I rolled 1.
So that's only 4. Take a crit.
3. We start with 1 defense.
I don't have any kind of armor, though.
No, we all start with 1 defense regardless. Like our standard is 1 defense that you have to overcome.
Yeah, they got to roll 1 to hit you.
Okay.
Yeah. So with
Alright.
with your 1 added in, that's 2, which leaves them with 3 successes.
Oh, you're right. I wasn't factoring in I was not factoring in the fact that they.
Oh. Okay, so I'm just bruised.
No. They rolled 5, 1 off for her success, so he still had 4 to play with.
How many? So my bruised or injured?
You're injured.
Fantastic. She just got slapped by a fish. Fish slapped.
I think there's a game about that called Happy Salmon or something. Some sort of card slapping game.
Next thing for the man to play.
I mean, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna slap some fish.
All right, so that's. Oh, now we drop down to Jaden. All right, Jaden, your door is a little sturdier than Robert's was, so you've got a round to do something. So you haven't actually seen them yet.
Yeah, she doesn't know what's at the door.
So she basically just going to hold an action and wait for them to bust in.
Yep.
All right.
Yes, she is.
We'll go ahead and move it forward then to when they're busting through the door. Basically, they'll spend this round busting the door open. So finally, they beat the door open. And you see the one that was hitting the door. There's a couple more standing behind him. Same basic appearance. As soon as it starts getting through the door, it's growling at you. The gills are flailed out.
I can either shoot or send Spruce, right? I can't do both.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, not without making it a multiple action. And what you would do with the multiple action is figure out what the 2 dice pools would be for each action. You would use the lower pool, and then just split the successes up between the 2.
Well, she is going to send Spruce to grapple one of them.
Okay.
Trying to. Zeno, Zay put it up.
What I put up?
The stuff.
Oh,
For,
yeah,
like,
Spruce's stats.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll get it. I have it in the top of my notes.
Okay. Because it was not pinned.
There you go, because it's the same as Smoochum stats.
Okay. So grapple would be 7.
Yep.
Hmm. 7d10, right?
Right.
2 roll.
Yep. So that's 2 successes. One of them was a 10, so you get to re-roll. All right.
So 2 successes.
He got 2 successes. One of them was a 10. All right. He has got 2 successes. And where I have been saying, where I was thinking the rule was it went in the player's favor, in combat it tends to go to the defender.
Okay.
So the fact that he tied, him and Spruce
Spruce.
tied, yes. I mean, Spruce is owning, but not really able to establish a grapple.
Okay.
Almost like maybe the guy's slippery or something.
Yeah.
Or covered in a
Okay.
gross tasting slime. Who knows?
Oh no, he's a pufferfish.
I did not need that mental image.
You're welcome.
But thank you.
But the other two are basically coming into the room kind of behind that guy. But they don't get to take an action this round. Robert,
Yes, sir.
you've got one lunging at you.
Does the clone Connor sent over to Robert's place get there?
Not yet. Next round. Be there next round.
Gotcha. I just want to make sure, so I know if I need to do anything.
I say, as it starts lunging, Robert pretty much gets ready and pulls out has pistol drawn up, ready to fire. So here we go. Okay,
Got a defense of 2,
360.
so that's a success.
and on top of that, I think I get one more because firearm.
Correct, correct.
Okay, so defense of 2.
So you did
That
the free damage, obviously.
Yeah.
And so you've got
That-
2, or you've got 1 extra to play with, so you could do, I don't know, blinding or knockdown. Oh, wait, I'm looking at close combat, not the ranged. There is a
Range,
difference.
there's pin, knockdown, empty clip, disarm, critical hit, inflict damage.
Yeah, but knockdown with a firearm, knockdown requires success equal to the opponent's stamina.
Yeah.
So it looks like you're just doing damage as go around.
Yeah, we'll just do damage because if I've only got like 1 point to play with, or even 2, it's not really enough to do anything. So, yeah, he just does damage.
All right, so this guy tries to smack you. Ooh, that's as bad as everybody else has been doing good. All right, he flubs that roll.
But I say, did you need me to roll anything in defense, or?
No, he didn't get any successes.
Fair enough, Captain.
Does that mean I
Moving
get
on.
attention? No, it doesn't. All right, and the other 2 are coming in the door. Back up to Connor.
Which one? There's 3 of them.
All right, let's see. Real Connor is what, at his place?
At his place, but just about like ready to head out. Unless.
So let's go with Faux Connor that is at Sasha's place. He's the only person there other than Smoochum's.
Yeah. Said the other 2 are trying to get up.
Yeah, the other 2 spent their last round getting up.
He's gonna swing again.
All
Just
right.
long range, just with the staff to try to keep him at a distance. Too many windows open to keep. I have like 4 windows open related to handouts. That's how I can keep track of everything. Okay, so that's 8 successes.
All right. Oh wait, that's right. They don't roll. They get a defense of 2, and that's just kind of what they've got. All right. So they've got a defense of 2.
Right.
So that leaves you 6 to play with.
Free hit.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna hit the closest one. Hit, crit, and then crit again for good measure, just in case. If the second one doesn't like put it down, he's making sure the third one does.
So you whip out, you catch it in the side of the head, slam it up against the wall, and the head just kind of goes.
Okay.
And this sort of thin ichor kind of leaks out. Slightly red tinted. I mean, it's obviously it's blood, but it's not as thick as human blood. It's different.
Right.
Despite these guys' overall kind of basically outward appearance of being humanoid.
Yeah. Then he'll retract the staff back up just enough to try to keep out of this thing's like dashing range, because he's attacking from the short range band, so he's a decent bit away.
It spins its round getting up to you. You know, having to change range bands, it doesn't get to attack once it gets up there.
Cool.
But it is now up in your face.
Alrighty. Are there any fish at real Connor's place?
No.
Okay.
If you take the time to look around, no, don't see nothing.
Because we wouldn't talk to the media, wasn't it?
And he will close the door, lock the door, take the table, put it in front of the door, just in case. Wedge a chair up in there. Then he's gonna go to the back, open the window, go out the window, close it, and then sort of take his time moving alleys of his neighborhood that he knows. Just try to stay out of sight. Once he's out of his neighborhood, then he will imbue a legend, activate Heavenly Stride, and he's gonna head to Talarius's place, because he doesn't know where anybody is.
No one's answering their phones.
Yeah.
You know, one of your guys is at Sasha's place, but he hasn't been inside yet to see if she's there.
Yeah.
And the
But
fish guys hadn't busted through the door yet.
Yeah, so he doesn't know if she's in there or not. He figured she's just waiting and letting Smoochums just have fish sticks when they get in.
Smoochum is going to chomp.
Oh, Connor will literally drag the bodies to Smoochum and go, here you go. But yeah, that's what he's doing. He's imbuing Heavenly Stride, and he's moving at like Mach 5, heading for Talarius's place.
All right. We'll let other folk Connor go when we get down to Roberts, since where we get dealing with that area then.
Yep.
Sasha.
I don't have a gun anymore. I'm in danger.
Punch him.
What is for punching close combat dexterity?
Or strength, either one you want to use.
Yeah, she's
Jab
got
right at the
strength.
gills.
Do the old 70s judo chop that everybody knew how to do.
Right into the gills, yeah. Tear out some gills.
Oh, this is gonna either go horrible or we're gonna get some momentum, guys. One success.
They have a defense of 2. And I bet you don't have any specialties or enhancements that go with with hand-to-hand combat.
Well, wait, let me. Yeah, she didn't get any successes above their defense, so no. Wait. She would have an enhancement. When you make a close combat thrown or ranged attack, you gain access and 1 enhancement to apply any of the following stunts. So she has a 2.
Oh, okay. And where's that coming from?
Flatlander.
Okay. All right. In that case, you managed to hit him. Let's see, Sasha. Now, is this the one?
Whichever one hit her. The other guy would be back now too.
Yeah, he'd be. All right. So you just punched the uninjured one because he was the one that ran up and tried to hit you, or did hit you
Yeah,
rather thoroughly.
it was the closest one.
All right. Samuel takes a shot at his. Come on, Sam. You're embarrassing us. No
Sam?
successes. Oh
Sam,
wait.
my grandmother is gonna just yell at you.
He goes, look, it's hard to line these shots up and not risk going into the neighboring apartments.
I mean, fair. You taught Talarius to punch. Punch it.
He kind of, I guess I could have done that. Too late now, though. Jaden.
She's gonna shoot.
All right.
Not the one that Spruce is in front of.
Okay.
She's gonna...
Did any of the ones
Oh,
that Talarius has hit?
that's right. Hang on just
Sorry.
a second there, Rap. I had totally forgotten to maul Sasha some more. All right. One of them trying to hit
Thanks, man.
Samuel. It got 2 successes, so Sam takes some more damage. He's now injured. Let's see, the one that just reappeared. I don't think he gets his action because that's kind of the point of the disappearing reappearing thing. I think they miss an action in there somewhere. Or no, he missed his last action, didn't he?
Yeah, he missed his last
That's
action.
right. So that one will charge forward. Sarah, tell me even or odd for who it attacks.
Choose the form of my destruction. Odd.
Exactly.
Me sitting here glad Connor's heading that way at top speed, literally.
So Stay Puft
Alright.
Marshmallow Man.
So the other one runs up. The one that you had made vanish runs up and attacks Samuel.
Sorry, Sam. You probably have more defense than me, though.
Alright, so he got a 1. Alright, so that one did not hit. Oh, and then the other one swings at Sasha.
45 hits.
He has
That
3
is-
successes. Would you like to make a defensive
Rolling.
roll?
Yeah. 1 success.
So he hits with 2. So there's not really anything fancy he wants to do. He does damage, of course. Yeah,
I think I am maimed now.
man. I've been
She's a
rough on you.
wizard.
I've been rough on you.
She's the wizard.
It's
She had,
Scion.
like-
Everybody's got a D4 health.
Yep.
Jason.
Mhm.
Point of order, because brain, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't being dumb. Character's standard defense is 1.
Okay.
So wouldn't that roll be adding on so she'd have 2 defense to resist that attack?
That's fair. He got 3 though, so she'd still be.
I would still take the 1 damage.
Yeah, I'm just
But
making sure
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I was making sure like my brain is not misremembering.
It's a Deca.
Hey,
Rebecca.
we're being killed by fish.
Oh, you're still playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's being attacked by fish. Connor's fighting in 3 separate places simultaneously. It's great.
Hilarious
Oh,
is
yeah.
somewhere in their room editing a video while Samuel and Sasha are downstairs getting mauled by fish sticks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
sounds about right.
that's basically what's happening.
All right. If you want to make a roll, Deca,
Yeah,
we can
sure.
easily say that once the gunfire started, you heard that even through your headphones, and it basically ran down there. So you'd be. So Talarius would be just getting there. Both Sam and Sasha look like they've been roughed up by these guys.
Oh, great. All right. All right. All right.
They're humanoid with gills and webbed hands. They got kind
Really
of a bloated
angry
look.
Abe Sapien.
That's not what I saw. I saw a fish with human legs.
They've got hair and stuff, so they're not quite Abe Sapien.
Sure. All right. Hey, Laura.
Just
2 successes. 3 successes. Sorry. Speciality.
All right, that's enough to hit it. So you do. Well, all 3 of them are damaged. So whichever one you damage, there's 2 of them on Samuel and 1 of them on Sasha. Sasha looks the worst for wear.
I'm gonna bop the one that's on Sasha.
All right, he goes down.
Bonk. Just kind of like look at Sasha like, hi.
Hi, I came over here for something else, but thank you for joining.
Fill me in a sec. All right.
Yeah, fish.
Yeah. They're gonna, I don't know, loop around. So that one goes down.
Yes, that one goes down.
All right. They like crack their knuckles and it's like, all right, who's next?
Let's see. We were.
You were doing Jaden. And
All
I
right, had Jaden
mentioned-
shot?
Yeah, no, not yet. Because you
That's
said,
right.
wait.
That's right, because I'd forgotten to have people attack Sasha.
Yeah.
I mean, Sasha
here
and
we go.
Samuel.
Forgot to maul Sasha.
Yep, yep.
5 successes?
All right. They've got
Because
defense of 2.
firearms is at 5 and
So,
pistol.
That leaves you
is,
4 to play with, so you could you can do the free damage as well as a crit.
A crit is 4. Yeah,
you
so
have-
free damage and crit 1, yes. That's what we're going to do.
All right. So you just plug that one in the forehead. He just drops. One of them takes a swing at Spruce.
No, not the goodest boy.
Better not let Smoochums hear you say that. 2 successes.
His defense is a 3.
All right. The other one runs forward and takes a swing at you.
Smoochums is the bestest boy, not the goodest boy.
Oh, I see.
Technicality.
3 successes to hit
And
you.
can I raise my defense?
You may roll one of your resistant stats. Probably stamina.
Yeah. Something. Yes, that's a 3.
All right, so he whiffs.
Will it be a 4 because stamina's at 5?
That's just the stamina rating is just how many dice you roll.
All right, then yeah, 2. Then that'd be 3 altogether.
All right, well that's enough that didn't hit you.
I know it's like 25 minutes past 9, but I'm here and on Zoom.
I don't know if I want to take the time to adjust all the cameras.
You don't have to. I'm just giving you shit.
You just have the cute little Cupid picture for you right now.
One of like 4 that exist in the world right now.
All right.
But I can put the stream on because I have a new computer.
Oh, nice.
Ha
All right, Robert.
Yes, sir.
You've got. Well, you now have 3 fishmen in front of you.
Ooh.
One you have injured. The other 2 are looking awfully fresh.
Mm. Crap. Has one of the folk hunters finally made it?
You haven't seen him yet. So as far as Robert's concerned, he's in this on his own.
It's possible for Robert to get back and possibly kind of get to a more defensible position like the other doorway, since the three of them are rushing him through the one.
Yeah. I would say you could fall back to a doorway, where they could only come through kind of one at a time.
Yeah, he's trying to reduce to where numbers aren't the factor. It's just him actually hitting.
Yeah, you can do that basically as a movement and still take your
Mhm.
shot if you want to.
Yeah, and he'll fire he'll try to fire at the injured one if it's in his line of sight.
Yeah, it's the closest one. It was the one that came in, first. So
All right. No whammy, and go.
Fire.
Whammy.
What are
Nice
we
one.
at? What are we
momentum.
at on?
5 now.
Okay.
oh right.
Wait, does he have a specialty in firearms?
I mean, yeah, if I got an X by
At
it.
6.
So we're at 6.
Oh,
Well, the X isn't the specialty, is it? Or is that? How's that? Let me look at this.
How
think-
many? Do you have a specialty? Does it say pistols next to firearms?
no, actually,
Okay,
I don't.
never mind.
I don't have a specialty. Never mind. That's on me.
So just the one then. All right. Now other folk Connor shows up.
Already just. Because other Connor knows there's fish about. Something's fishy.
Oh God.
Yep, you run in just as you hear a gunshot. You run in. You see where he's falling back into another doorway, and the 3 fish guys are kind of coming towards him.
Jesus!
That's 12 successes.
Damn. Wait, 12?
Mm-hmm. I'm on the
On
ground.
the ground.
So
at
I
the
have,
strength.
I have a +4 enhancement.
There you go.
Crit 6 times. You're dead now.
So are there any fish left?
He did not declare that he was doing multiple actions, so all that's on one guy.
Yeah.
Technically I can because the roll's the same regardless.
I think you have to declare it ahead of time. We'll let you do it this time.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind for next time if I'm declaring multiple. So, see, so they have a defense of 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that would leave me with 8 because that's 2 defense pulled out. That's 4 defense pulled out total.
Well, there's 3 of them total.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the 2 in the back that are still look fresh.
Okay.
So that'll be with 8. So that'll be the free hit and a crit on both.
All right, both of them go down then. These guys only have the 2 health, so.
Right.
All right, then back at the top with, I was gonna say original Connor, but he's not original. First,
mean,
Connor.
Original Connor is moving at top speed over to Solarius's place, so maybe.
Well, even with your speed, it's gonna take more than a couple of rounds to get there. I mean, we're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
rounds be just a few seconds.
Understood. Okay. He's gonna attack this last one.
All right.
That is 4 successes.
Defense of 2.
Okay.
So you do a damage to the last one.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes at you.
They'll still leave me with 2 successes, right?
All right, you said you had how many to begin with?
4.
4. Yeah, it takes 2 to hit him, so yeah, you've got 2 to play with.
Okay, I'm gonna basically plant the staff in his stomach and command it to extend and use the knockback to shove him backwards away from me.
Okay. You knock him
Because
back like a range increment.
Yeah, because Faux Connor knows if he gets hit, that's it. And then he'll retract the staff again and stand at the ready.
And the thing just charges at you again. But again, it spends its action changing the range increment.
Yeah, real Connor will happily go toe-to-toe with these suckers. The doppelganger's like, I need to keep my distance.
All right. The Telarius Sasha fight.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. How many of y'all's is left? All right, y'all
Two.
dropped one.
Two.
There's two guys there. Both of them are on Samuel. In response to Delaris's punch last round, Samuel's like, good luck, good lick, kid. Don't get one of these guys off of me.
Telaris will activate the stunt to give himself a +2 to enhancement to combat.
Okay, is that the one where you hit yourself with a flashlight?
No. This is the stunt that Samuel has for me.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So they're just like, all right, Samuel, for you, and they're gonna go and try to just crack one of them in the face.
Like the hilt of your palm into their nose.
Yeah, if they have a nose.
They look fairly people-y.
That is 4 or 5 successes.
All right, the defense is 2. That leaves you 3 to play with.
The way I'll do it is I'll fight around them and try to. I'm doing the free damage, of course, but I'm making it to where I can not necessarily push them back, but I'm giving Samuel an opening to where he can fire at them. So I would like to. I'm gonna feint.
Well, actually, it occurs. Well, you can do that given the bonus regardless.
Yeah.
But all of these guys were injured, so when you crack this one, he goes down.
Oh, okay. Fuck it. He's just down.
But yeah, you
Throw
can,
him at the
you
other
can
guy.
have that bonus success to give Samuel when he shoots the other ones, since they were right
Yeah,
next to
that'll
each
work.
other. So
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Cool. That'll work.
Sasha.
She'll try to slap the other one. It's not gonna go well. She should have never handed that gun over.
Back
How
of the
about I
hand.
slap your shit?
Guys, momentum.
All right, I'll let Samuel shoot.
I'm just here for the momentums.
That's 2. One was a 10. That's 3. He goes down. Would have been 4 with the feint.
Mhm.
Delaris had given him. All is quiet. Though you think you may hear police sirens in the distance.
Where do we want to put these fish?
I need better soundproof headphones.
Really don't.
Samuel's like, we could all just go back upstairs. They'd never know it was us.
Doesn't
I
this
think-
building probably have cameras?
This apartment complex? No. Where do you think we are? The hills?
Ooh, excuse me.
But we're-
Fine, that's
Wherever y'all go, Sasha's probably limping there.
yeah. She's like, fine, just lead the way.
Let's get you in. Let's get you in. We're gonna take care of whatever that is.
Like a bruise with webbed fingers.
Ew.
All right, Jaden.
Yes. She's going to shoot the one in front of her.
All right, roll it.
There we go for the best.
That's pretty good.
If it ain't the
Defense
best, it's
2.
damn good.
So that leaves you with
8.
4 off the roll, plus whatever bonuses you get.
Yep.
Or your enhancements, I should say. So 8
So-
total.
8 total, so 2, so 6. 6
you-
left.
You can definitely damage and crit him, so that would take him out.
Yep. And can I? Oh, I had to call it right to do
Right.
2 different. Yeah. Okay. That's that. Well, that one's down. And that's it.
All right, so the one that's left is going to try to attack you. Ooh, would he try to attack you or try to attack Spruce? Even or odd?
Even.
He rolled a 7. He's going after Spruce.
No. Puppy dog.
2 successes, though, so he don't manage it.
Nope.
Good
Awesome.
boy.
Let's see, and all the ones at Robert's place were already down? No, there was one left, wasn't there?
There's still one left.
Yeah. All right, Robert. See if you can drop him.
Gonna try. Yeet. Hey, hey! At least 4 successes.
Yep.
So at least get the free damage since it's got to get past 2.
Correct.
And
he's already been damaged, so
this should be the kill shot.
yep, he goes down.
He's got his pistol and he just kind of drops for a second, like, oh, thank God. He's like, well, it's nice for you to finally show up, Connor, or, well, faux Connor, yes.
I'm in the Connor with Robert. I'm in 3 places at once right now.
My God, you're great at multitasking, a talent I'll need to eventually learn. I hope everyone else is alright, given the current situation.
Everybody's attacked, I think. Other than
Oh.
me.
Oh, this is pissing
I'm
me off.
assuming. Because Sasha's place is getting attacked, your place is getting attacked. It wouldn't surprise me if Talarius and Jaden are getting attacked at this point.
Yeah, I'll take that bet. I don't want to. Okay.
Yeah, back over to Sasha's place where Connor is fighting the last fishman standing. Oh no, wait. Jaden's still got one in mind.
Well, there's my roll.
8 successes.
7, but yeah.
Oh,
Alright,
okay.
this guy was already
I'm not on
damaged, so
ground
you
level.
definitely do damage to him, so he's out.
Bonk.
Yeah. I'm gonna drag the head that I pasted. I'm gonna like crack open the door, see if Smoochums is in there.
Yeah, he's still rumbling.
You want a treat, Smoochums?
The rumbling dies down slightly.
He tosses the body.
Oh, it's
Oh,
gonna
no,
get
man.
everywhere. Oh,
He latches onto an arm. He starts rolling around until it tears the arm off.
it's gonna get everywhere.
I was
That
fixing to say-
weird ichor just kind of splashed like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Ew.
Oh, her entire room's gonna smell like fish guts.
At least a little
Cleaning
foyer
that.
area, yeah.
It's not a big apartment. The entire apartment's gonna smell like fish guts.
Yeah, well, I'll say once he saw Smoochums like dive and start rolling, he's like, "Oh shit!" They'll just like push Smoochums out into the hall because epic strength. He could probably do that. Get out there, do it in
He
there.
drags the body with him.
Oh yeah, that's the way. He just wants out of the apartment. Just get in there.
All right, let's
Sasha's
jump down to
already beat
Jaden
up.
and see if she can drop this last one. And then we will wrap for the evening.
Here goes nothing. Yeah. Yeah.
That guy's dead.
All right,
It's
so
dead.
that's 6, defense of 2, so that gives you 4 to play with, plus whatever your enhancements.
Which is again 2. So that'll be 6. It'll still crit him.
That is more than enough to crit him.
Yes.
So yep, center mass, right where his heart ought to be, and seems to be because he just kind of seizes up and falls over. That ichor leaking out everywhere.
Talarius opens. Is this Talarius's apartment area or is this
It's the next
Sasha's?
floor down.
Gotcha.
Quick
Uh,
You know,
question.
you've got kind of
yeah.
the entire floor done up like a penthouse. The next floor down, though, it's multiple smaller units.
Gotcha.
Could Sasha, before they go, or like, stupid, weird question. Are these fish people wearing like clothing?
They are not wearing shirts. They have a sort of not loincloth,
they have
but kind of a primitive
pockets?
wrap around. They do not have pockets now.
Okay. Anything that might have a symbol or something? She's snatching that.
Now the all the cloth is pretty raggedy.
Okay, so no symbols. She was just doing a quick once over for that, for if she does another occult roll later.
But no, nothing particularly distinguishing about it.
Cool. Never mind. She's gonna limp behind Samuel and Talarius.
Oh, in. Well, I'll get them to my apartment. I just finished the video, and then the second I take my headset off, boom, 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 boom.
Look, kid, we heard screaming downstairs. We just went to help. Oh crap! I left my gun down there. He turns around, and takes off.
Ugh.
You weren't here for it, but one of the fishmen grabbed his gun and chunked it down the hallway.
Oh no.
Also, we might have a PR problem outside of this.
Oh, what did Connor do now?
Actually, Connor and Robert. You probably haven't seen the video yet.
No.
So show them the video.
It's a video of Robert with his hand shoved in the dirt in front of this tree and this Eastern style building forming up around it or in front of it.
Okay, what's wrong with this?
It was done on public land without permit. And I had someone drop by my apartment inquiring about not only this, but the All Good incident.
Someone survived the trip to from
No,
Concord?
not someone from All Good, a reporter from the city.
Aha. What does it matter to them? It's not. This is Olympus.
They want reassurance
That
that they are safe here.
they're not safe in all good. They're
No,
safe
here. Olympus. They want us to reassure the people of Olympus that Olympus is safe. That something like
Ah,
that won't happen here. They want a statement made from the band.
sure. Hilarious just like goes and
We'll
gets
deal with it after the fish. Let's.
yeah, sure. But Hilarious will set Sasha on like their couch or something. Go into the closet. And,
She's already sitting there. She's like, I'm fine. Just
no, you
I'm.
stay right there.
You have no authority to order me around. You are not my grandmother.
You are hurt. You will stay there.
Did
She-
real Connor come bust again?
She
That's what I want to know.
Real Connor
belligerently
goes
gets up.
racing up the stairs because they're faster than the elevator. But you stop. You probably stop the floor below because you realize there's like 2 police officers talking to Samuel. No, officers, this isn't what it looks like.
Stater with a gun and dead fish.
He's just going
Looks
right
like
past
some
him.
GD fishermen. Okay, it may be what it looks like, then, officer.
Yeah. Real Connor's blazing right past him, and just a streak of wind. It appears in front of him like, what the fuck? All right.
You see Sasha over to one side, beat up.
I'm fine.
No, you're not.
I'm.
She looks remarkably like your grandfather did when you saw him this morning.
I'm fine.
What's the
Yeah,
web
well-
thingy?
The what?
Don't worry about it.
Never mind. I just had to fight off 3 separate attacks simultaneously on all of your all's places.
Is Moochum's okay?
He's currently eating the bodies.
Mm.
I shoved him out into the hallway. Don't worry about it.
Now he
Yeah.
can't get back into my house.
Now
The
he's
other me is there to let him in.
Oh God, he's
Now
gonna
he's just
have
loose
the
in your
shit.
apartment. Or, apartment building.
Other me's there to let him in. The other me is currently helping Robert. His shit got literally cleaved open. Someone destroyed his entire workshop with fire.
Hilarious doing the math, then immediately calls Jaden.
Jaden will pick up her phone. Yes.
Sorry,
You
busy
good?
shooting fishmen.
Yeah.
Fishman,
Yeah, 3 of them.
cool. All the more reason for everyone to be here, but whatever.
So my apartment is the only one they didn't hit.
Sounds like it. Or maybe they did. I don't know.
Spruce, by the way, is rolling around in some of the ichor.
God bless Bruce.
And then laughing at it.
So,
Okay.
so, do we know if anybody pissed off any of the any water god at all?
Did somebody piss off someone named Fish?
Is that what the PH like the band?
No.
Okay.
No, like Poseidon or any other water pantheon out there. Anybody piss any of them off?
I haven't been anywhere
there's
near the
ocean-going
water.
titans as well. Tiamat.
I mean, the
Well,
most I
that's
do is
right,
run
any
across
other-
it.
order like Pantheon, but
No.
Okay.
Sometimes people just like to be. Sometimes people wake up and choose chaos. Isn't that right?
No one here
Both
has
of
any idea
them
what you're talking about.
directly look at Connor.
I mean,
some are
there's-
born
there's
chaos.
a difference between chaos and destruction.
Yeah.
Fair.
All right. Well, it's 9:47, so we're gonna wrap right here, right now.
I'll say we went on for a little while.
Yep.
Just
yep.
a bit.
I knew
This
the
will
fight
take
would
like 15 minutes.
Yep. I knew
Yeah,
the fight
no.
would take longer than that, even with these
1
guys doing
hour.
pushovers.
Yeah.
All right. So anybody that's stuck with us this long, thank you. Hope everybody that swung by enjoyed it. Hope my players had fun. I know I did.
You got
I
to slap around
did.
fish.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, what do we got coming up? Maddie's campaign, A Knight's Ransom, is Thursday here on Dire Bear. The Stolen Cities is Saturday. And then next Monday should be episode 2 of season 2 of the Troubleshooters.
Yup.
And all of that at 6 o'clock, like usual. And then we will be back Tuesday with another session of The World at War.
Hopefully my internet doesn't go out for 6 hours again.
Hopefully not. Well, we will all have to write a complaint to your internet provider if it does.
Please, everyone, get in the comments to Spectrum.
Oh, God.
Which branch of Spectrum though?
Doesn't matter. Just get all of them at once.
Drag